live? Yes, we are live. We are live. Let me set it from the top, man. Let me set it from the top. We were not prepared for this. All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation. On this Tuesday evening, we got a blockbuster on our hands on draft night eve when we were waiting and anticipating what Leon Rose and Worldwide West were about to do. The Celtics are up there in Boston raising the trophy. How are we going to match fire with what Tatum and Brown are doing? Leon Rose said, this year I'm not just going to get you one wing, I'm going to get you two wings, and we are going to bring the Nova Knicks back together because tonight the final Infinity Stone is in place. Mikal Bridges is heading across the bridge, across the pond. He told his Brooklyn brothers, this is trash. I need to be in the Mecca with my brothers. And Leon Rose made it happen, man. A blockbuster that nobody saw coming. Unbelievable turn of events. Mikal Bridges is a New York Knick. We got to talk about it, man. Action-packed show. Knicks Nation, let's go. The number one show for the fans, by the fans, is on and popping. Call us up, 657-383-1509, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord, man. CP the Franchise, Alex Charles on the ones and twos. I did not see this coming.
Pause.
You forget the pause. I'm going delirious right now because I got the guy. My guy is here. I waited since 2018. I told Scott Perry these guys draft a guy. They made a mistake, but they made it right today. The final Infinity Stone, bro. I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming at all. And you know what? Give credit to Leon Rose and Worldwide West and those guys because, once again, killers move in silence. And, you know, I was talking, I think it was Macri, and we were like, listen, they're going to make a move that we don't see. We were throwing all the names out, right? It was Paul George. It was this. It was that. It was that. They're going to make a move that we would not see. And it's Paul George, bro. I mean, and it's Mikal.
And it's Paul George.
I'm going delirious.
I'm
going delirious right now, man.
Come on,
It is Mikal Bridges, man. It is Mikal Bridges. Go ahead, give me your reaction, man, while I pull up the full trade details because the Knicks ultimately traded about 5 firsts and some pick swaps here. 25, 27, 29. I believe 31 is also involved. The Milwaukee Bucks 2025 protected pick is also involved here. What do you think, man? Break it down.
Man, first and foremost, I was shocked. Okay, shout out to Tyler in the marketing chat for the Slack channel. He's like, we got Mikal, and I'm like, where's my phone right now? What are we talking about? What's going on here? I had to go running to Twitter to see, or X at this point, what's going on, and then I just see Mikal Bridges in New York Knick. And you know what I could say about this, CP? This is what I could say about this. The meme is true. Josh Hart talked about that meme, the Squidward meme and the SpongeBob meme. Mikal Bridges was Squidward over in Brooklyn looking at all the
Knicks, didn't want to be there, bro.
Just having a good time. And look, Ian Begley talked about it. Ian Begley tweeted it, man. Bridges did not want to be in Brooklyn. No. He wanted to be a New York Knick. And I'm just paraphrasing what Begley tweeted, man. But my God, the fact that the Knicks gave up 5 first-round picks, Bojan Bogdanovic, and a second-rounder, and an unprotected pick swap to get this guy. This is the all-in move we're talking about right here, okay? When you push in your draft chips to say, you know what, we are just one piece away. We are one piece away from being a title contention type team. That's what this move screams to me, CP, because you don't move your first rounders unless you need to retool, you know, get some more ammo on the rookie scale contracts. They said, nah, forget about that. We got OG. You already saw that ESPN agent Wojnarowski said that the Knicks are still trying to pursue OG in free agency. So you have to, man. You need, as we saw, Brown, Tatum, wing diversity, man. You need multiple wings in this league. So the fact that the Knicks went out and got Bridges to pair with OG and Anunoby, this would be insane. Now you just got to go get OG back. But CP, there's just so many questions I have running through my head right now. Because it's not only, wow, did we get Mikal Bridges? Now I'm thinking, if you bring back OG, where does he fit in that starting 5? You know what I mean? Is it Dante going to the bench?
Yeah.
Do you have Bridges coming off the bench? Is it saying, you know what, OG, we want to reduce your minutes. You start off the bench. But then you got OG who says, I want a bigger role. I want all those type of opportunities. There's so many things running through my head right now, but I want to focus in on that the New York Knicks just got Mikal Bridges, the guy that we should have drafted, not Kevin Knox. CP, the wing.
We got the wing
depth.
We got the wings. I can't believe it. 6 years, and they finally righted the wrong, man. 6 years and they got it done. Shout out to them. And it was so timely when I put that clip out with Scott Perry explaining why they didn't draft him and fans were coming down on him. This is incredible, man. But here's the deal. Let's break down the deal. And call us up again, 657-383-1509, or hit us up in the KFTV Discord. We got a $100 super chat from my guy, Jason Calacanis. The All In Podcast is smoking. They had a crazy week. KFTV's having a crazy week. He says, deepest team in the East or in the NBA? We're going to talk about that, absolutely, man. But here is the deal. According to Woj, Knicks sent 4 unprotected picks, 25, 27, 29, 31. The 2025 protected Milwaukee first, a 2028 unprotected pick swap, and the 25 second-round pick for Bridges, and a 26 second-round pick. Look, they had the picks. You figure that this team right now, this is Brunson's team, this is the Nova team. They're going to be a good team for the foreseeable future. Knock on wood, hopefully they're healthy. Not worried about the picks. You had them. You had to use them. You still have your picks this year, which I think they should use to get some depth, get some more depth. We'll talk about that later. But you had the picks to use. You needed to make the move ASAP, man. The money, guys are going to start getting paid. You're going to start losing your flexibility in how you're going to build this roster. The move to me was not to go out there and get an aging Paul George. You got to take a risk, but this was the risk that's worthwhile taking. This is the risk that's worthwhile taking. He wanted to be here, bro. The fraternizing between him and Josh Hart, it was getting nauseating at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
for who? Nets fans or Knicks fans? I think Nets fans.
Oh, for Nets fans, they had to be embarrassed because it was clear that he did not want to be on the Nets. It was clear he wanted to be a Knick.
I mean, come on, man. He goes in on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn show with Melo and Mero. You're talking about him going on the Roommates podcast with Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson. You see, he wanted to hang out with his boys. You see, he
was
wanted
obvious,
to be a
man.
New York Knick.
He wanted to be a Knick. Shout out to Josh Hart for doing the tampering, doing the stuff that the Knicks couldn't do. You know, Josh Hart. He was not. He had no shame. Shout out to Josh Hart for the tampering.
Come on, man.
It's out the bag, man. He's here. We got Mikal Bridges. Let's go. Let's get it going. Now, just as you said, the OG situation, we got to make sure that he's back, man. We got to make sure that that OG is back here. That is important. When you're talking about stacking up wings, going up against Tatum and Brown, you get OG back. Hey, maybe it's Mikal Bridges that plays at the 2. Right? You have Brunson, Bridges. You have OG, Randall, Mitch. And so you go with that, but we got to make sure OG's back, man. And this was an interesting this is one tweet from Woj that says the Knicks are still determined to keep OG in free agency, but the ability to re-sign Hartenstein becomes more difficult. It looks like iHeart could be the casualty of this move here. Unfortunate, but you can't keep everybody, man. You can't keep everybody. So iHeart could be the guy that shakes loose here as a result of the Mikal Bridges trade. What's your thoughts on that, bro?
That it's so interesting because you saw the offense open with Isaiah Hartenstein, right? And I'm just thinking if you have Bridges, who's another guy who just knows how to move off ball, good catch and shoot type guy, wouldn't you want a center that's able to pass and find guys who are just moving all along the perimeter and baseline? So that would be tough. But in this league, man, I think we've seen just like the center position is just like I keep saying, man, it's like the running back position in the NFL, man. It's so interchangeable that you can't invest all your stock in a center. And right now, it's all about the wing depth. So if that's the price to pay to get Mikal Bridges, I'm certainly doing it just because we saw Bridges we saw his ability to be a role player in Phoenix.
Yeah,
and that was good. We saw him take another step when he got traded to Brooklyn once they did that KD trade last season, right? And you say, hey, the talent is there. Is he a number 1 option? No, but he could be somewhere else. And on some nights could be a 2, on some nights could be a 3, and then go and he can go up and down the ladder. So it's like, yes, you make that type of move because you need that type of impactful player. Because in today's game, CP, it's all about everyone who can attack from the perimeter and the versatility. And you got to invest in this position more so than the center. Although, let me tell you something, I would like to see Hart with this team because of what we saw he could do with that starting 5. And I don't know, man. Do you think even the Mitchell Robinson? I mean, that's a whole other thing. There's so many things that are just trick. It's not just one move from this that occurs, right? Where it's like, oh, in a vacuum, it's nice to think that we just got Bridges and then that's it. We keep moving along. We bring back everybody and everything's all hunky dory. But as you know, salary cap and everything else, as you're talking about Isaiah Hartenstein, but this trade, man, it's just making me think about so many things because you're thinking about competing with the Celtics. You just saw what they did this season.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm just like, okay, so now we can match the wing depth, but now it's like, offensively, we still got to be there. So now I'm thinking about how do you keep Hartenstein too? How do you keep OG? It's so many other things, man. So many other things.
Yeah, can't keep everybody, man, especially with this new CBA and the salary cap rules. And you're right. As a result of that, it's more worth your while to invest in your wings, especially if you can bring OG back. You got Mikal, Bridges, and OG out there. You're not passing to nobody. If you keeping Mitch, you got Mitch at the 5. Boy, them passing lanes are going to get clogged up. Defense locked down. It is going to be a penitentiary on the perimeter and in the paint. It's going to be ridiculous. And look, the numbers for Mikal Bridges, when he first got to the Nets, he was much more impressive. Listen, man, this whole year he was carrying a band of bumps. He was not in it mentally, man. He was checked out. He's coming in here with the Nova Knicks, with his squad. He's going to be back to A1. And you got more shot creation. You got three-point shooting. You have wingspan. This is a great move for the Knicks, man. A fantastic move. Great job by Leon LaRose, Worldwide West. Great job by Brunson and DiVincenzo Hart with the tampering. This was a full team effort, man. Big time effort. And, man, we are back, bro. We are back. I'm so happy about this, bro.
Can we talk about the setup by Leon Rose to get Bridges? Because you trade Quentin Grimes, right, to go get Alec Burks, Bojan Bogdanovic. Now you flip Bojan Bogdanovic.
Yeah.
A guy who just got injured, by the way, with all your picks. And this is why you make these type of moves to get multiple contracts. Now you move him to go get Bridges. So this is Leon playing 4D chess at this point, man.
Yeah.
Holy cow. And this is where when you see all those reports, man, it's all the moves that we never see that are about to happen by this front office. Did we see OG happening before New Year's? No.
Nope.
Mikal Bridges? No.
Nope.
All right. Derrick Rose was another one. I'm like, okay, they like Derrick, but you didn't see that one happening either.
You didn't see any of them, bro.
This is why it's so hard to like believe who is giving reports and who's just giving opinions out there, right? And I mean, this is just Exhibit A right here.
Exhibit A. Hold on. Wait a second. We got more breaking news on here, man. More breaking news, Al. I've just been notified that we have once again shattered our viewership record, which was previously at about 7,700, according to TM. We have hit a new viewership record of over 9,000 live viewers right now on YouTube. KnicksFanTV is on fire right now. The number one show for the fans by the fans. The Nova Knicks are reunited. The last Infinity Stone is here. Do us a favor, man. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get 10,000 people in here real quick and let them know, man. We in here popping, man. It is going crazy right now. The chat is bananas. I can't even see what's going on. If my franchise channel members in the chat right now, throw a custom emoji in there. Let us know that you're in here rocking with us, and let's go, man. Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable, man.
Insane. Salute to Knicks Nation for tapping in, and just NBA Nation as well, man, because we got some NBA faithful out there just tapping into this channel. So salute to all you for tuning in, because this is breaking news.
Breaking news, man.
I call you. I'm like, CP, do you see the news? And you're like, what news? And you're at a Yankee game. You're just chilling at Citi Field, not even checking the phone.
I'm at the Subway Series. Me and the lady go out at a night out, have a nice date. She's a Mets fan, so she's enjoying it. The Yankees are getting stomped out. Now, they're down like 9-2. Judge hits a grand slam, brings it back 9-7. So I'm going crazy. At that same time, a Woj bomb drops, and it's the Mikal Bridges news. Unbelievable. So I'm like, damn the game. They can win or lose. I don't care. We got to go. We got to get home because we got to get to KnicksFanTV to do an emergency live. It was insane, man. And so you have people leaving Citi Field with Let's Go Knicks chants. People going crazy about the Mikal Bridges news. So it was a blockbuster night, man.
That's probably the only moment, CP, where you could be in, whether it's Yankees versus Mets, Jets versus Giants, something Knicks related happens.
Yeah.
Everyone just, it's
Locked
one
in.
team that represents New York, man, and that's the Knicks.
Locked in, man. Let me tell you something. I've never been so happy to be wrong about something in my life.
I was about to ask you that. I didn't want to jump to that where you were like, never happened. You had Evan Robinson on here. You said, hey, this would never happen. I have that conversation with you. I can't remember if it's on the show, if it's off the show, and you're like, it'll never happen. And I'm like, wait a minute. We have the Nets and the Celtics making trades. We even did a trade with the Raptors.
We did a trade with the Raptors when there was beef. We did a trade with the Raptors when there was beef. I wrote it off. I canceled it. I told everybody, forget it. It's not going to happen. What are we talking about? This is fantasy land. Went out there and made it happen, man. Leon Rose made it happen. Because there was even reports that, Marks and Sy don't want to trade him. Obviously, they were trying to drive the price up. But this was key. And this was a similar situation that they could have had with Spider. And Ian Begley reported this as well. And we're going to play the Ian Begley. He did a reaction video to it. We're going to play the Ian Begley reaction video. This was key to making this trade happen. He says here, Al, that Hang on. Let me get this. Hang on. The Mikal Bridges trade came together quickly after Bridges informed the Nets that he wanted to be a Knick. Bridges was prepared to sign with the Knicks, and his side was prepared to use that as leverage to keep other teams from trading for him. Leverage. This is what we had with Spider, but Mikal Bridges used it, and he got it done, man. More from Ian Begley says Nets surely didn't want to trade Bridges to the Knicks, but Bridges' side was prepared to force the issue by telling teams he wanted to be a Knick. Bridges' side made it clear to Brooklyn that he wanted to be a Knick to reunite with the boys. And he made it clear and obvious on social media, on the podcast. After every game they played, it was obvious that Mikal Bridges wanted to be a Knick, bro. All year the clues were there. All year.
Look, man, how could you want, if you just looked at how the Nets were constructed, what direction did they have? Where were they going? Yeah. They had to do a move like this, man. They had to get draft capital and just start from the ground back up again. You knew this needed to happen. I'm happy that this is what Spider should have done if he wanted to be here, though, CP.
That's what he should have done the first time. He was at the Met game tonight, too.
This is what happens when you go to your front office and you say, hey, you know what? There's only one place I want to play for. Yeah. And if you don't do that, I'm going to make it known that, hey, this is the only place I want to go.
This is what Dame tried to do, and it got out. It got out to the media last year. Shout out to Mikal Bridges and his team, and for whoever was able to keep that on the wraps, man. But let's get to the people, Al. This is the people show after all. So we're going to load up the Discord. The members lounge is on fire right now, so we got to get to our channel members first. If you guys want to join the channel memberships, $5 a month, cheaper than a cup of coffee. You can jump the line and get right in because we got a lot of calls on the phone lines too. So let's get to it. Way too mellow. You up first on the Discord. Let's go.
Yo, what up, CP and Alex?
How you feeling, bro?
Come on, man. Just another day being Knicks fans. This is I'm lost for words. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson is going to be the starting five for us next year. And I think we're going to get Isaiah Hartenstein back. I think it's all going to go right for the Knicks. This has been a great time to be a Knicks fan once again. Shout out to you guys. What other media channel is on at 11 o'clock at night to host us for the good news, letting the people speak?
Of course.
Y'all have a good night, man. I just wanted to call in and
He's speechless. He's speechless, man. That's what I love.
This year has been the greatest time to be a Knicks fan in my whole life.
Yeah.
And I think next year we're going to have the best team that the Knicks might have ever had.
Bro, it is straight up competence and excellence. Appreciate the call, Mello. Competence in the front office, excellence on the court, and execution. These guys are getting it done, man. They are getting it done. This is the best shape. I've said it on plenty of shows. The best shape this franchise has been in 25 plus years. No question about it. And they are clicking on all cylinders right now. I don't know if iHeart's going to be back. He might be the odd man out. You know, when you consider if Bridges is going to sign a new deal. Al, do me a favor and check Bridges' contract, bro. Check the Bridges contract. If you're going to factor in OG between 35 and 40, Brunson's going to be 40s. We'll see what's up with Julius. They may still play that out.
Bridges
right?
is making 23.3 this year and then 24.9 next season.
That's it.
Yes.
So obviously he's going to get his bag, right? So
oh yeah.
You know, it's going to be hard to keep everybody, man. It's going to be hard to keep everybody.
But, you know, you make these moves because you believe you have something special right now and you need to take the opportunity, right? I mean, that's what Boston did. Look, they paid KP. They went out. They got Drew. They got Derek White. They said, this is the starting five we're going to go with, and we believe in this five, and look what it got them, right? If you're the Knicks and you just saw that you went to the second round, CP, you just went to the second round with a skeleton roster of what it was prior to the OG Anunoby trade. How do you not go into this offseason saying, we ain't that far,
bro?
If you lose Mitchell Robinson during that second round, you lose Jalen Brunson by the end of the season, Josh Hart gets injured. I mean, you lose OG in that second round. How can you not walk away saying, you know, we took a team to 7 games in the second round with a skeleton roster and say, you know what? We're only, how do you not walk away saying we're not one piece away? If you can get a solid, bona fide two-way wing, how are you not one piece away? So now they go get Mikal Bridges. They're all in. You don't make this type of trade with this much draft capital without believing that you're that close to championship contention. I'm just looking forward to next season now to see how this all pans out, man, and I know there's a lot of steps in between before we even get there. But this is that type of move where if you're a Knicks fan, you're itching to see next season. You're itching to see that starting five. You can't wait to see home opener, to see this new unit out there and seeing how they can compete. And of course, you want to see the challenges against the Celtics. You want to see them go against the top teams in the West, whether it be the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, OKC. You want to see how this team fares against the best in the league. Yeah. So, I mean, this is just exciting times, man. Exciting times. I'm like, Mello, man, how can you not be speechless after this?
I can't believe it. I cannot believe we got Mikal Bridges, man. I just can't believe it, bro. Can't believe it. Shout out to Daniel Bolsajor, Al. $20 super chat. And we're going to get to all the super chats. We got a lot of people trying to call in and super chats and everything. We're going to get everybody involved. No worries. But shout out to Daniel Bolsajor. $20 super chat. Says, man, look, this one is lovely. Record night off the heels of a huge trade. Don't be out on iHeart returning just yet either. There's still a pick that can be paired with Mitch to clear some more cap and retain iHeart. I love it. Okay. All right. Daniel Bolsajor says, you just never know. Hey, with this trade and Leo and even the OG trade, this past trade deadline, Leon Rose is showing you they're ready to make moves, and you just never know. But killers are moving in silence right now, and the Knicks are ready, man. So Boston, enjoy that chip while it lasts, because the Knicks are coming. We are coming, and it is going to be electric at MSG with the Nova Knicks leading the way, man. I got to go to Tampa right now. Let's get to our guy Rambo. Rambo from Tampa, you up next on the Members Lounge. Let's go.
Yo, hey.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm in the guest room right now. I'll tell you right here,
Wife, he sleep you in the guest room tonight?
I'm in the guest room tonight. I'm out.
Let's
go. Care. I'm treating it like the regular season. Everybody stand up. We hyped. All the nicknames, all that, whatever. But we're going to make this quick because everybody's trying to get in right now. Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to get in. So I just want to say, first off, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to see 80,000 subscribers by the draft.
Oh, we getting there. We getting there. We getting there. We at 79 right now. 80,000 on the way.
But the real thing I want to tell you guys, and all you guys listening in right now, Do not let CP fool you. He knew this. He is part of the CAA mafia. The CAA mafia. Okay, he knew this. He's been downplaying this for a long time. He knows this has been in the works, man. Man, salute to all you guys, man. We have nobody still in the Olympics. Where everybody's in the Olympics, we're gonna be working this all season,
Let's
man.
go.
Let's go.
Let's
hey,
go.
Holla, man.
Let's go, man.
Holla.
Salute Rambo from Tampa, man. Salute to you. Salute to everybody in the chat. People say, CP, what you sipping on? The finest of the fine, man. This is a celebration tonight, man. I went to Citi Field, man. I couldn't even get on the Scotch line. Scotch line was crazy. I had to settle for beers. Wasn't too happy about that. So I had to come home and get back to my element because we got Mikal Bridges, man. You know.
Had to go back to Studio B, I see.
Oh yeah. Had to get that done. That was the original plan. But I had the studio with me because I already figured. I was like, yo, something's gonna go down. It's draft eve. The Knicks are gonna make a move, and this was it. One of them. This is one of them.
So you knew something was telling you that the Knicks were gonna make a move.
Yes, absolutely. I was prepared. But not prepared for Mikal Bridges. I like I said, it was legit. You know, me turning people away from that idea was legit because I just couldn't see it. The Knicks and the Nets had not made a trade since 1983 or something like that. It's never happened. And not for a player of this magnitude. When they make trades, it's for back end of rotation players, things that neither team is going to regret in the end. But this was the biggest trade that both franchises have made with each other ever. And so, but a couple things I did know. Number one, I knew that I've had a good feeling that they were going to use that Bogdanovich contract to turn it into something. I was looking at DeJounte Murray. I was looking at Donovan Mitchell, some of the more obvious names that were out there because I just couldn't see this Mikal thing happening. But they made it work. And then another thing was that, the fact that, especially with the second apron talk, the fact that they had to make a move sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Here we go, man.
So I know everyone wants to talk. I know everyone likes talking this type of stuff, CP.
Yeah.
Winners and losers of trades right now. I know it's always very early, but everyone wants to know who's the winner. Do you think there's a winner, a clear-cut winner in this trade?
Nah. Can't. You got to see what the picks turn out to be. I mean, right now for the Knicks, this is fantastic. Right now, this is fantastic. You're gonna be a good team for the foreseeable future. At least 3-4 years with this Brunson prime, your picks are gonna be right where they are right now in the 20s. So, can a team catch lightning in a bottle with one of those picks? Maybe. Can the Nets find something there? Maybe. But for right now, where the Knicks are, I'm good with it. But I really do hope that we bring OG back. That's the one caveat there. I really hope that they bring OG back to really make this thing strong. But I'm good with it.
Of course. It's all about bringing OG back at this moment. And you need to, man. You just need to. How fun would it be just to see OG and Bridges match up against Tatum and Brown?
Yeah. And then I cannot wait for that. I can't wait. And there was speculation before this that that's going to be the opening night game. That is absolutely going to be the opening night game.
1,000%.
You can pencil it and circle it. That is going to be the opening night. It could be the Lakers. It could be the Lakers with the whole J.J. Redick thing. But I think right now it's Knicks-Boston. It's opening night, Knicks-Boston. Could be the Lakers, though.
We've had Knicks-Boston as opening night, I feel like,
several times. Several times,
multiple times.
Yeah, multiple times, bro.
Multiple times. I feel like, I don't know. I would go with that one just because it's the matchup everyone was talking about prior to the playoffs where it's like, oh, you need to see the Knicks go against the Celtics because that's going to be the dogfight. Why not just rip the Band-Aid off, begin next season, and let's see it.
True indeed.
Let's see what could have been.
Let's get to it, man. Let's get to J. Cal on the check-in. He had himself a monster week. Let's go.
Let's go. Big week, Knicks Fan TV. Big week for All In Pod, obviously.
Absolutely.
9,000 people live.
Yeah.
Mikal is going to be the bridge to the Knicks going to the NBA Finals.
Let's go, baby.
We were the number 2 seed this year, 50 wins. going to go 55, 60 burgers. Makes us even stronger. I wasn't down with the PG. I don't want to pay for somebody who's 35, 36, 37, 38 years old. I just want to talk about winning for a second here. Number one, culture wins. What I love about this is that this maintains our culture. We didn't get frisky. We didn't do some panic move. We continue to build a culture, a winning culture. And the reason Bridges is here is because he told them, that's where I want to go. We're sitting here 3 years ago at leverage. 3 years ago, we're saying nobody wants to play for the Knicks. Okay. Now people are saying, I'm leaving. I'm going to the Knicks. Whether you like it or not, make it happen. I like this a lot. I like it better than Spider. I know we all like Spider.
I do.
But I think this is a better fit. Okay, so number one, culture wins. Number two, durability wins, right? Especially with this coach. This is a durable player, and now depth wins too, right?
Yeah.
We saw it. So culture, durability, depth, right? Two-way players, they also win. Three-point shooting, also win. And now, this idea that Tibbs is playing everybody 46, 47, 48 minutes, I don't know how he does it. I think we need another basketball because we haven't talked about starting lineups here. And that's my question for you boys. Obviously Brunson, obviously OG, obviously Bridges, Randall, and then it's either Mitch or Hartenstein.
Yeah.
I mean, does this mean our Dante and Deuce and Hart coming off the bench? I mean,
and making it stronger, man, and making it stronger. Yo, this is gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be ridiculous, man. You got four guys who are brothers, who love each other, who love playing with each other, and can play off of each other and play the game at the highest level. All coachable, all fit the culture. What more can we ask for, man? It's fantastic.
It's as good as it gets, fam. This is as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Soak it in. Soak it in. This is as good as it gets. The only people who are sad tonight, I think the Nets are happy tonight because they got a haul for a person who was leaving. The only people who are sad right now is Boston. Because they're one and done. That's it. Yeah. They're not winning it again.
Yeah,
we're going to
roll.
Coming for it. We are going to roll Boston.
Let's go, man.
This is a level of depth.
Understands the assignment. We need wings and we need defense. Brunson will take us home. We need stops. We need guys who are versatile, who are smart, high IQ players, and are going to get after it. Brunson will take care of the rest. Just get us there, man. This was an excellent move. Excellent move.
Excellent move. I don't know if there's a better move to be made. Alex, What do you got for the starting lineup? What are you thinking about rotation? I'll leave it at that.
I think it's the rotation you talk. I mean, you got to put Bridges in that starting rotation. You don't go get a guy like that for that type of haul and then not put him in that starting rotation. I think Dante goes to the bench and then you just have more. You're going to have good 3-point shooting between McBride and Dante, and you're going to have Josh Hart, who's going to get downhill relentlessly. And then look, if you're able to somehow keep Hartenstein, you keep Hartenstein in that starting rotation and put Mitch with that second unit. And then you just talk about defense, versatility, rim protection.
Mitch in the second unit.
Yo, can we all imagine if you have OG Bridges?
They gotta keep OG, man.
I'm just saying, imagine having Bridges, OG, Mitch, and Deuce on the court with Josh Hart at the same time.
Pay the man his money. We've gotten so many good deals that it's about time somebody fleeced us. Everything is a sick deal.
Yeah.
This kid Bridges is getting paid $25.
Yeah.
Brunson is underpaid. Hartenstein is underpaid. Obviously, we'll see if he gets a bag. Dante's underpaid. I mean, the whole team's underpaid. If we have to overpay for OG, so be it. Give him what he wants. Who cares?
Give it to him.
We'll overpay.
Give it to him. We need him in here, man. That's one thing. Like, I love this trade right now. By Sunday, when free agency starts, I need to hear that OG with the Knicks is official. I need 1,000%. That. I need that part of the deal.
Are you well?
He wants to be here. He wants to win. OG wants to win. He wants to be here. He wants to be part of the culture. There is no doubt he's signing. He just felt a little bit insulted by the first offer. We were a little bit out of line. Just give him the bag, and call it a day. Don't worry about injuries.
Yeah,
That's out of our control. We can overpay.
Take the risk. I'm with you, J. Cal.
Move some of that Sphere money. We got that Sphere money, man.
Right. Oh, man. Great call, man. Great call, J. Cal. Where are you going to be this week, man? You're all over the news. You're everywhere. What's on your agenda for the rest of the week, man?
Nah, I just I gotta come on KnicksFanTV and do the afternoon show. You like to talk shop, so I gotta get in there. I owe you one.
Lunchtime live stream, man. I'm waiting for you, man. Let's do it. Or meet us in Vegas for Summer League, man. Meet us in Vegas, man.
Ooh, a little poker, a little Vegas, a little Carbone.
Right up your alley, man.
I got it dialed in, and I got the guy there, so we could dial it in.
Let's
get some Carbone going. All right, let's do it.
Hit me, man.
Great. I mean, let's go, fam. This is just as good as it gets. What a night. Come on.
Unbelievable, man. J. Cal on the check-in. Appreciate the call. All in podcast smoking. KnicksFanTV smoking. 9.5 thousand on the check-in right now, Al. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. What's up?
10,000.
10,000, fam. 10,754. Let's go, fam. Get those thumbs up.
In here. Let's go. 10,000 people on the check-in. KnicksFanTV is on fire right now. Let's go. Hit the like button. Wow. Hit the share button. Subscribe to the channel. Mikal Bridges is coming to the Knicks. The last Infinity Stone Nova Knicks are back together. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Unbelievable, man. Chat is on fire. I can't even see who's in the chat right now.
I can't even read it, man.
I can't even read it.
Yeah, I gotta ask you that. Hold on. I just gotta say this too.
Yeah,
to
what's
Knicks
up?
Nation, because I'm going through some stats right here, CP. I love to look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges last season catch and shoot 38.5% from three.
Okay.
Dante DiVincenzo catch and shoot from three, 42%. Jalen Brunson catch and shoot from three, 44%.
Let's go. Let's go.
Catch and shoot for OG Anunoby from three.
Yeah.
45%.
Let's go.
Get Randall back on the court, man. Let him get Randall back on the court. We're going to be knocking down threes left and right.
Listen, we're out of the construction business. It's over. It is over with. New York bricks, all that New York brick talk, it's a thing of the past. These guys understand what we need. We need shooting efficiency. This is what they have in Boston. It's not to say that you want to emulate everything that they do, but it makes sense, bro. You need wings. You need shooting efficiency. You need versatility. And we got the closer. We got the closer, man. Captain Clutch. Health is all we need. We need OG too. We need health as well. We're back.
Whew.
We're back.
And hold on. Yep. Miles McBride during the regular season with over 40% catch and shoot as well.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the deuce being loose. He's going to be on another mission. Let's go, man. Let's get to it.
I was reading the wrong numbers, by the way. Some of these were for playoffs. Brunson with 44 from catch and shoot for regular season.
Absolutely, man. All right, listen, the Discord is on fire. The phone line's on fire. We got to get to everybody. We got Super Chats going crazy right now. It's on KnicksFanTV's on fire right now. All right, give me hang on. Get me JBK to H-Town on the Discord. Go ahead.
Yo, boys, what's going on? CP, Alex, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yo, let's expletive go, man. I really can't believe it. I really cannot believe this. Like, I feel like I'm gonna wake up in the morning, I'm gonna turn on ESPN and see it's not real. Like, I had a dream about KFTV. Like, I just feel like it's not gonna be real. Like, because I can't believe it. When I saw the trade initially, and I saw that we got Bridges, but I didn't see who we gave away. And I'm thinking our team is going to be depleted. And I see we still got everybody. We still got Deuce,
everybody.
We still got Hart. We still got Vincenzo. We still got Mitch. We still, like, oh, my God, come on, man. Like, if we get OG back, whether Hartenstein stays or whether he goes, we're good either way. We're good. Like the last caller said, I can't see Boston beating us next year. I think we have the one of the top starting fives in the league and probably the best bench in the league now at this point with Hart and Vincenzo coming off the bench.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on, man. Yo, congratulations on that 10K. I hope y'all have a great night, man. I'm hyped.
Appreciate it.
Taking the call.
Appreciate the call, man. Call back anytime.
Yes,
look,
sir.
I think a lot of us felt like, look, the Big Ragu, fantastic as a starter. He was fantastic. Take nothing away from him. Had a fantastic year and shot the ball extremely well. And we needed that. But at that position, we needed a little bit more, especially defensively. Size-wise, we could have used a little bit more there. And if you're going to bring back OG and put Mikal at the 2, you can easily bring the Ragu off the bench, and he'll be fine. Him and McBride off there, they'll be fine, man. Like, that's a good move. It's a good move to bring Ragu off the bench and bring something a bit more formidable at the 2, especially with what you got to defend on the other end in the East.
Need to, man. And I think Dante, look, man, I mean, just show did you show the tweet? KFTV tweeted it out as well. They reshared Josh Hart's tweet of they have all the Nova Knicks on FaceTime right now, having a nice conversation.
Nice. There you go. Maybe we should have seen this, man. Like, you know, the stuff between Hart and Mikal. Like I said, bro, it was just so obvious that Mikal Bridges wanted to be a Knick and that they wanted him on. But this was happening all year. Maybe we should have seen this coming, that Leon was really going to press to get this guy here. It was unbelievable for me, man. But there, I got it up. I got the group chat up right now. The 4 Knicks on FaceTime. Unreal, man. Congratulations to them. That's got to be an unbelievable feeling for sure.
Bridges is somewhere in a dark place. He's leaving a dark place right now. Don't worry.
Hopefully this conversation is recorded and they put it up on the Rubates podcast, because their reaction to it should definitely make for outstanding content. And people like, CP's on the phone. He's about to break news. That was JD Sports Talk on the phones. We got JD Sports Talk and my guy Rob Perez, Worldwide Wild, will be on tomorrow. On tomorrow's lunchtime live stream. They will give their reactions to it. We got a lot going on, man. So I want to make sure we give everybody their platform and their opportunity to get in. Tonight, we got to get to the callers. Tomorrow, we got JD, Rob Perez, Worldwide Wild on at 1:30 p.m. Then the draft show. We still got draft picks tomorrow night. Myself, Alex, we got Chris LeBron in the building. CK2K will be in the building tomorrow for our NBA draft show. And that will start at we'll do it at like 8:30. You know, let all the hype and all the nonsense get out the way. Let me plug this in real quick out. Get that out the way, and then we'll go live tomorrow for our NBA draft show. So we on and popping, man. Number one show for the fans by the fans is popping.
And then you got free agency. Oh, my goodness.
Then you got free agency. Then you got Summer League. It is a busy time, but a great time and a blessed time. For my people in the chat, get ahead and drop. Where you guys from? We got 9,000 people on the check-in. Throw your cities, throw your state, throw your countries in the chat right now. Type it in the chat right now and let us know where you guys are checking in from. If you're not able to type in the chat, that means you're not subscribed. Just hit the subscribe button and you can jump in the chat. Let us know where you're checking in from. My guy Ernesto Duverger checking in from Miami. Salute to the 305. Oh, Miami's in here heavy. Okay, now the chat's going crazy. We got Brooklyn in here. 0.5, salute. Well-seasoned gamer checking in from Georgia. Okay. Salute. Long Island, stand up. Mustafa, I see you, man. We got Alberta, Canada. Canada's in here, Al. Who else you want to shout out, man?
We got Brooklyn, New York. As you said, we got Hollywood, Florida. We got Rochester, New York.
Let's go.
We got Baltimore in the building. Who else we got in here?
Kodak from Vegas. Kodak, pull up on us at Summer League for sure. Pull up on us at Summer League. Shout out to Kodak.
Brazil is in the building.
Brazil. Okay, we got the Philippines in here. Okay. Of course, Jamaica's
Texas,
in here. Yep,
Argentina. Argentina's in here.
Let's go. We got Colombia in here heavy.
Did I see Paraguay? What?
Well, we in there heavy, man. International, man. New Zealand, shout out to Finn Chadwick. Salute to Finn Chadwick, man. Salute to you. All right, let me run through some super chats, and then we're going to get to your calls. We're going to get to everything tonight. Just hang tight and be patient, people. We're going to get to everything tonight. Okay, GQ $5 super chat says Celtics versus Knicks Christmas Day at the Mecca. Okay, that could be one. That could be an option for sure.
Why not? Why not both? Why not the home opener and Christmas Day?
Why not both? If I'm Adam Silver, I'm greedy. I want it all. Let's go. 12 o'clock game. Do Celtics Knicks. That'd be kind of crazy. Christmas Day. Who else? Danny Thomas, $10 super chat. Al says checking in from the Bay Area. So shout out to the Bay Area. Salute to everybody out there for sure. They're getting the All-Star game. That's going to be a nice look next year. William Burton, $20 super chat says, unbelievable. I'm definitely getting Alex IMAX tickets this year. So William Burton is on fire right now. Shout out to Prod Mile, $5 super chat says, is this potentially the best Knicks team ever? Well, look, on paper looks good, but paper is just paper. Let's see how it all comes together. Let's make sure OG comes back. And let's see what else is going on, man. We still got 2 draft picks. You know, what happens with the center position?
And, is there another trade? I mean, you have that Mitchell Robinson talk, man.
Right.
That, you know.
Right. I don't know.
There's a lot still to happen, man. This could be just the beginning of the domino effect of more moves, whether that be draft, trade, free agency, come down.
Yeah. You know, not to say you're trying to trade Mitch, but he's still a tradable asset. You still have your 2 picks this year that can potentially be traded. What happens with iHeart? So we got to see what the team looks like at full strength, for sure. We got to see what the team looks like at full strength. Shout out to Nick, Inspired Incompetence, franchise handman for 12 months, says, since we still have 2 picks tomorrow, I think Mitch gets traded tomorrow to open up cap space to bring iHeart back. Okay. Let's see what happens there. King Matthews, Al, big-time franchise channel member and supporter, says, my dream has finally come true. Thank you, Leon Rose, and come pull up to Washington, D.C. or Silver Springs, Maryland for a meetup. Yeah, D.C. is definitely on the list for next year. Orlando's on our list for next year. Charlotte is on our list for next year. And, you know, maybe a couple more cities, man. But those are definitely on the list for our next wave of Knicks fan meetups, because we had a great time last year. All right, back to the phones we go, man. Stilico on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Check 1 2, check 1 2.
Let's go, Stilico.
First and foremost, we got 9,000 people. I need to see more likes.
Let's go.
We got to get the show popping. We got to get let everybody know.
Yep.
Now, second and most importantly, we all agree here. Number 1 issue for the Knicks was health, right?
Yeah.
We all agree on that?
Yep, absolutely, sure.
Yep.
Let me tell you where the love comes in for Mikal Bridges. 23-24, 82 games. 22-23, 83 games. This man has not missed 1 game since the bubble. Not once.
Talk about it. Stilico dropping
we
gems in
needed
here.
Durability.
Stilico dropping gems.
We got
Let's
the
go.
Iron Man.
Let's go.
We talking about an Infinity Gauntlet? We got Iron Man.
Let's go.
Like, we got what we needed.
Yeah.
We got everything we needed with this trade. Family show the pics.
Yeah.
We got our guy. Now all we need to do, we need to land the plane. That's all I got for you, folks.
Stilico, rapid fire, coming through with gems. Appreciate the call, man. Yo, hold it down on the Discord. I know the Discord is going crazy tonight. Shout out to the KFTV Discord. If you guys, we got 9,000 people in here. Everybody needs to click on that Discord link. It is group chat on steroids, and that is where the 24/7 Knicks talk goes down. That's also where you can call in and connect with me and Alex and JD and all of our hosts. And that's also for our YouTube channel members. That is where you can come in and call in and skip the line if you're a channel member to go ahead and talk to us. So right now we're just going through the members-only lounge because these people have paid for that privilege. So we got to make sure that we take care of our members first, and then we will get to everybody else. We see a lot of people on here. We got to get to our members first, and then we will get to the rest of the callers tonight. Action-packed show, man. Blockbuster trade. Mikal Bridges traded to the New York Knicks in exchange for the Knicks 2025, 7, 9, and 31 first-round picks. They've also given up the Milwaukee Bucks 2025 first-round pick, which is top 4 protected. Now, that's a valuable piece. That is top 4 protected. And then a couple of second-round picks. And I believe there's another pick swap there in 26, I believe. We'll go back and check. But the big thing here, and as we reset here for all our new viewers, and welcome to everybody in the chat, number 1 show for the fans by the fans. The big thing here is that, according to Ian Begley, Mikal Bridges and his camp requested the trade. They requested the trade to the Knicks. And so leverage had a big thing to do with this thing here, man. They requested the trade. We had a feeling that he wanted to be a Knick. Well, his camp made it be known. We want to be a Knick, and we're not going to re-sign with you guys when it's time to pay up. And so Joe Tsai and Sean Marks did what they had to do. They had the gun to their head, and they got it done. Ladies and gentlemen, salute to our sponsors, man. Salute to our sponsor of the night, and that is Manscaped, fellas. Make sure you take care of the family jewels with Manscaped and their suite of appliances, man. You have the Lawnmower 5.0, the Beard Hedger Kit, the Handyman. They have a number of shavers for you guys, both above and below the waist. Manscaped has been rocking with us for the last 6 years and continue to be the premier sponsor of the number one show for the fans by the fans. Go to manscaped.com. Use our code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. You can't lose, man. Make sure you guys go out there and get it done. It's summertime right now. Don't be out there caught lacking. You can also get shampoo, conditioner, body wash, all great products, man, for today's man. Go out there and get it done. But one thing for sure, no testimonials. Just go get the products, and you will be satisfied. We guarantee it. Shout out to our guys at Manscaped. Okay. All right, back to the phones we go, Al. Corso 117, let's go.
Hey, fellas, how's it going?
Okay, fantastic. How you doing, bro?
Good. I'm still kind of like in shock. I really can't even believe.
Yep.
You know, I was in the same boat as UCP. I was like, 40 years since they traded with the Nets, and I was like, it's going to be another 40 more before a move goes down between these two teams. So.
Yeah.
I really like the move. I'll really love the move if they figure out a way to stay under the apron and keep Hartenstein. I think that's where this team goes from like being really good to being like a really legitimate contender, like maybe definitely toe to toe with the Celtics. I think they can add like Jeffries or Diakite to the deal. And then I think as long as they're sending out more salary than they're taking in, they should be able to stay under the apron. And there's pretty big implications for that. So I think there's another shoe that's got to drop. I feel like this is the first move of maybe a series of another 2 or 3 moves. They still need to get a ball defender, but I'm still like completely processing it. I'm still in shock, but like what an incredible move. Obviously the sum is going to be greater than the whole is going to be greater than the sum of its parts with Mikal Bridges. I mean, this is a guy that he's not just a good defender. He came in second for Defensive Player of the Year like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's a guy who's averaged 26 before on a team, and now he's going to be what, the 3rd or 4th option. He's going to cook. Like
exactly.
Between him and OG, they have to keep OG. That's the number one thing. If they lose iHeart, they lose iHeart, but they have to keep OG. OG's got a blank check at this point, so they got to get it done.
Have to keep OG, man. Have to. Appreciate the call, man. Call back anytime. And yeah, they absolutely have to keep OG, bro. Like it's a must. And this is why, like, when to Stilico's point, this is why I did not want Paul George. He's 35. Injury history. Yeah, Paul George had a fantastic season. People are like, yo, why do you not want Paul George? He's 35. Like, you can't rely on – he had a good season and a durable season for the most part. But you can't lean on that, especially with his history. Go young. I wanted them to use that Bogdanovich contract to get more 3 and D. They got it. It's Mikal Bridges. He can't ask for a better selection with that contract and the picks. They got it. And look, injuries, you can't predict injuries, but certain people have track records like Bogdanovich, like OG, Paul George, all these guys. You got to try to get guys who are fairly durable so that you can know that when April, May, and June come, they're going to be there for you. Mikal Bridges, man. Great call by Stilico on that out.
Absolutely. And, I mean, durability, you talk about it. And, look, we know the Knicks are a deep team from last season, right? We saw that even with the addition of Precious after that OG trade, right? You see that, you lose Mitch, iHeart deals with his Achilles injury, and you still have enough front court depth. And you saw how important that was just for them to stay on track to get the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference, right? Now you talk about getting Mikal Bridges. You re-sign OG Anunoby. Guess what? Not only do you have wing depth, but OG's going. You can pencil in that OG will miss some time. And if OG misses some time, guess what you can do? You can put Mikal Bridges where he plays at the 3, and then guess what you do? Dante, you've been a starter before. You get back into the starting rotation, right, and you're still secured with having the depth that you need for this team to keep things rolling. So getting Mikal Bridges is not only good for just adding wing depth, but you talk about durability. Shout out to Stilico for making that point. But now OG misses time. No problem. We still got somebody who can go out there and compete at a high level.
Unbelievable, man. I did not see this coming. And these guys hit it out the park. How about this? earlier it was reported that, take it for what it's worth, that the Knicks were close to getting Caruso on the team. So, I do wonder.
So what does that mean for Deuce? That's
Right.
That's my question.
Right. What was the trade? Obviously, OKC won with them, sending Giddey. What did the Knicks offer? Maybe it was this year's picks, but I don't know. With this whole Mikal Bridges thing, was the Caruso thing real? Who knows?
Why even go in that direction to begin with? Because
you
got Deuce on a really favorable contract. Why? To me, if we've seen the development through the Knicks organization so far, why even get somebody like Caruso? And don't get me wrong, Caruso's he's a switchblade. He could do. You need to be a facilitator, shooter, defender. He can do all of that. But you just saw the development process with McBride, similar from that same cut, like Caruso. Why not just invest more in him? And you saw how important and how valuable McBride was throughout the regular season, in the postseason as well. I feel like it just didn't make any sense, and you just stick with Deuce and just give him more opportunities to shine and continue to develop his team.
Absolutely. Let me see this. This was a comment in the chat. UPS and Brown says, Yo, CP, do you think we're going to get Lowry on the cheap for another Nova guy? Respectfully, no, sir. He's washed. This is not going to be, the Alumni Association of Villanova. We're actually going to bring real basketball players here who can play and contribute to winning. No disrespect to Kyle Lowry. He's did a great service in the NBA. It's time to hang it up and go, maybe NBA on NBC wants to hire him for some, camera work, for some commentary. We need real ball players here. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we got here in Brunson, Hart, DiVincenzo, and Bridges. No-nonsense basketball right now. We are trying to get to Boston and really send a message to these guys that, listen, shine that trophy up nice. Hold on to it because we coming for it, and we coming for real this time. Let's go. Salute to everybody in the chat, man.
Eric Pascal, where you at?
Yeah. This ain't gonna be the Alumni Association. All right, they say we're not just taking everybody. Next thing we're gonna bring in who's the other guy who went to Nova? I mean, listen, they had a number of great guys. We had a number of great players, but Kyle Lowry's done his days. That's the point I'm trying to make here in that joke. Yeah, they go get
Sadiq Bey.
Yeah. Now we got to get Sadiq Bey. We'll bring Archie Diacono in back for
he will probably make his return for the third tour for the Knicks. That's going to happen.
Yeah. We'll bring Archie Diacono back for some work, and
then get traded, to get somebody else during the regular season. Exactly. That's how that works.
Exactly. All right, Ari in the chat. We got Ari in the building. Let's go.
Yo, what's up, CP? What's up, Alex?
How you feeling? How you feeling?
What up?
How you feeling?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. We traded 5 first-round picks and 4 unprotected picks for a guy who's never made an All-Star team. That 2031 draft pick could potentially be the number 1 pick. The 2029 lottery pick will probably be a lottery pick.
Why?
We basically traded 6 first-round picks for a role player. Does this make the team better? Yeah, it absolutely makes the team better. Did we overpay? I think we overpaid by literally triple, maybe double. We overpaid. Kevin Durant went for, 3 unprotecteds or 4 unprotecteds or whatever, and that's Kevin Durant, right? Okay. How many times?
He's back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. He's back. We had him on our side for about 3/4 of the season this year. He was with us, but the real Ari's back. Talk to him. No, you have the floor, sir. Go ahead. Talk to him. Go ahead.
Dude, listen, man. This idea and this notion that forget about the picks in 2031 and 7 years from now, we're in win now mode. That mentality is why the Knicks haven't won a championship since 1973. Okay, I saw it with Antonio McDyess. I saw it with Stephon Marbury. I saw it with Carmelo Anthony. I see it all the time. Eddie Curry, they traded picks for Andre Bargnani. Every single time. I'm so excited, CP. I'm so excited. Bro, we traded 6 first-round draft picks for this, a role player. Let's be honest for a second. Now, do I'm saying the Knicks are not a contender? Of course they're a contender. Am I saying the Knicks can't potentially win it all? Maybe they can. But this idea that we pulled off some miracle, a 5-year-old could have offer this and got a deal done. Because realistically, he's worth 2 first-round picks, 3 maybe, okay? So we not only did we overpay, we overpaid double, all right? You don't know what's going to happen in 2028 is a pick swap that year. So you sign Brunson this year, you give him 4 years. Randall will be 35 years old. God knows if you're going to re-sign any of these guys. You're going to be a second apron team. Because of the Stepien rule, you can't trade picks to bring in another star, right? So you're hamstrung with this team in 2028, 2029, 2030, and 2031. Those picks could all be lottery picks. They could be top 5 picks. That Milwaukee Bucks pick, which I'm not even talking about. If Dame doesn't come back or whatever, or they suck, and that's a lottery pick. So listen, guys, I'm just like, you guys can say I'm negative, all this stuff. It's not true. I love the OG trade. I love what Leon Rose did this season. Josh Hart proved me wrong. We could still trade Randall, still trade Mitch, whatever. We could recoup some of the assets. But to pretend like this trade was like a steal because you gave 6 first-round picks for a role player is crazy, bro. Nuts. I'm out, dude. It's crazy, bro.
Toxic boys are back up. Toxic boys are back. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, if this is your first time in the chat, that is our guy Ari from Manhattan. He's been a notorious Debbie Downer. A few years ago, he started his own faction called the Toxic Boys. They quickly went out of business when the Knicks became a good team. Now, he is back to give us his take. And I want to give it to you, you people in the chat. Rate that call in the chat. 5 being facts. If you agree with them, throw a 5 in the chat. I want to see all honesty. Or throw a 1 if you think it was trash. There's a lot of tomatoes going on. We got enough to make about a whole caseload of ketchup. The chat is making ketchup out of him. The resident Debbie Downer is back. We had him all year. He was on positive vibes all year. But he's back, ladies and gentlemen. He said this is an overpay. I like this. Yes. We've been on our high horse all night, Al. I like this balance. Are there more out there like this?
There's some 5s in here, very few and far between. But there's some 5s. You get some -1s, -5s, -2,000s,
Raul put a 5 in there. Okay, all right.
Yep.
Who else put a 5 in there? -5. Okay, Mazzilli put a 5 in there.
iGamer put a 5 in there.
Okay, Bomb Branded 29 put a 5 in there. So Ari's got some people with him, man. An overpay, he says. This was an overpay. I mean, listen, man. Is the player, in his own right worth all of this? No. I would agree with him there. Like, on the surface, is Mikal Bridges out there worth, 5 first, all this, that? No. However, where the Knicks are right now and where they're trying to get to, you've got to take a risk. The big names that are out there, they're not available right now. And the ones that could be available, like you just don't know. Giannis isn't there. KD's not there. The prime LeBron James is not there. Michael Jordan's not there. The rest of the pack, there wasn't any splash name that you could say automatically go get this guy and he makes a championship to contenders. What the Knicks are taking a gamble on right now is to say that this Nova group right now still has yet to hit their ceiling, and that together they can get you there. And in the meantime, where they are as a floor, you're 25, you're 27 pick, most likely is going to be later in the first round. Most likely. Anything can happen in the regular season, right? Most likely, the way this team is currently constructed, 25-27 should be later first round picks. 29-31, he has a point. We'll see what happens there. But you still have this year's picks. You still have 26, or 26 is a swap. Yeah, 26. Yeah, 28. Like, you're not completely out of it, bro.
It's always easy to look at the now and say, oh, well, what's going to happen down the future? What are those picks going to turn into? How do we recoup those assets? I mean, things you just never know, man. I mean, look, people would say the Knicks would be the worst team for the next 20 years, the way we were going, that this team would never be good, right? But now you see this team has a competent front office. They're a competent team. They got a competent coach. Different direction. I would say that it's too early to measure where this team will be in the future with what those draft picks can be. And you just got to let it play out, man. Because guess what? Let's just say the Knicks win a championship this year. You look back and you say, you know what? That trade's worth it because we got the last piece in order to do it. If you win it not this year, but the following season, you still say that trade is worth it.
Yeah.
We won't know how much this trade will go against the Knicks or for the Knicks until we see this team, this iteration of this roster through. So it's too early to do that, man. It's too early to say for me, like, oh, we overpaid. We did this. I mean, it all comes down to if you get that championship at the end of the day. I'm not to your guys' point, is he worth all that stuff? No. But who else are you going out after? And at the same time, it's the Brooklyn Nets. And even though Bridges said this was his preferred destination, we know that's not how it always goes when a player says, this is my preferred destination. I'm going to make it difficult unless you trade me there, okay? James Harden is like one of the very few guys that can go out there and be like, hey, guess what? I ain't going to play. I want to go to this team, and he gets to go to that destination. We saw what happened to Dame. We know Spider wanted to be in New York. Where did those guys end up? You have Dame in Milwaukee, not in Miami. You have Spider go to Cleveland. And they're not the first two to go to a destination that they didn't want to go to, or that wasn't necessarily their top choice. And we've spoken to many analysts, people who cover the league, where a player gives, this is their top destination, but here's the list that I'd be open to. Let's see if you can get a deal done. The Knicks had to pay that extra tax. We've always known about the Knicks tax. You had to overpay if you're going to get this guy because you're not going to get him for his value based on the team, their location, all those things. So as much as it, is an overpay, I'm not looking as this is the end of the world or this trade was terrible. As of right now, the Knicks got a position that was much needed, which is another wing because we saw once OG went down, we didn't have another guy, CP. We didn't have another guy in Knicks Nation. We saw this guy went down. We had the craziest winning record ever with this guy. As soon as he goes down, it is tough for this team to get out the second round. You need wing depth. We saw that. We went against the Pacers, a team that played no defense. We're a team that's known for defense, and we couldn't beat them because their offense was that good, was that potent.
Now,
I'm still saying, look, man, you make this deal. You gave up a lot, but at the same time, the Knicks have a war chest of draft picks.
Yeah.
It's not like they give up everything.
Now, JJ in the chat, shout out to our guy JJ, day one. He did ask if the Knicks had this much leverage, why did they give up that much? That's a fair question. It's a question that I have as well. But I also did feel like the reason why I didn't think that this trade would be even possible was because I felt like the Knicks were going to have to pay a tax, which it seems like they still did. So it's hard to say, man. I do get JJ's question, and it's a question that I have as well. If they did have all the leverage, why the hell they gave up all the damn picks? But at the end of the day, the position that Brunson's rise has put the Knicks in, their path to winning a championship was never going to be via homegrown talent. It was never going to be via homegrown talent. Once they traded RJ and all those guys for OG, that was the final straw. Their Knicks' path to a championship is going to be through free agents like they did with Brunson, but mostly through trades. And we'll just have to see where they end up. You have to take the risk. Because once you give OG the bag, if he comes back, knock on wood, hopefully he does, and you give Brunson his bag, and the second apron rules, you can't match salaries. You can't aggregate players, sorry. You can't aggregate players anymore. So your traditional way of making trades, you can't just say, well, we're just going to sit here and wait, and maybe wait until Giannis becomes available, or wait until, I don't know, Anthony Edwards is tired of Minnesota, or wait until Devin Booker is tired of Suns. Because after this year, you can't do that anymore. So you had to take the chance, and they're taking a chance on a young player who fits a need, who fits the chemistry, fits the culture, and is going to be here like a glove. And now they're going to take this core, this nucleus, and say, we're going to go as far as these guys take us, man.
Can we also remember that the only player right now that's given up is Bojan Bogdanovic?
Right.
So you have to give up something. If you're not going to give up players, you're going to have to give up draft picks.
You're going to have to give up the draft capital.
So you can't have it both ways where it's saying, all right, I'm going to give you Bogdanovic, and here's 2 first-rounders, and let's call it a day.
We've been talking about this, bro. The time for the Knicks to make the move was going to be this year. It was just a matter of, well, who can they get? Who can they get? They went out there and they got Mikal Bridges, bro. You have to take this risk. You have to take this risk. Luck plays into it. We'll see what happens here. But the way that with the CBA is, it's going to be hard for teams to keep teams together. And it's going to bring more parity into the league. We saw how this was like the West. Once the champs got knocked out, the West was wide open. The East is right there. The Knicks are right there. You got to take the chance, bro. Like I said, on this. Yeah, good.
Let's look at it this way, right? Let's look at what the Celtics, all right? They won the championship. I mean, but we can say that the Celtics had a pretty easy path to get to the finals, right? I mean, you talk about playing a Miami Heat team without Jimmy Butler, injury. You talk about the next round, you play the Cavaliers who were without Donovan Mitchell, Karis LeVert, Jarrett Allen, injuries. Now you talk about who they played in the third round, Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton goes down with an injury.
Yeah.
You just don't know, man. So you got to stack up on talent when you see the opportunity is there, just because anything can happen in the postseason, as we saw this year. Anything can happen. So for Boston, even though they had, one of the best teams in the league this season, they had the most wins, most talented team, best starting 5, metrics and all said that. And we saw that in the finals. They destroyed Dallas. We can't not acknowledge the fact that there were injuries that allowed them to also get to the finals through an easy path. You tell me this Knicks team deals with teams that are facing injuries. You're telling me this team's not getting all the way? Like, if they all stay healthy, we're talking about health that we were on the wrong side of this season.
Yeah.
Give me this team fully healthy, man. And I'm a believer.
I do believe that they are close. But you have to defend at a high level. They have that. Especially you got OG and Mikal Bridges out there, bro. Come on, man.
Knockdown shooters.
Shooting efficiency.
Guys who can cut.
Guys who can create. Mikal, he can create for himself as well, man.
And if OG continues to show what he did in the postseason where he can create for himself, it's a very versatile starting five you got there. You're talking about Brunson who can create. Julius we know who can create. OG and Bridges they can do a little bit of creation for themselves. That is different. And you see how important that is when you go down back. I hate using the Celtics, but you look at that starting 5. On some nights, Drew Holiday is your second best player. On some nights, Derek White is your second best player. Why? Because they can just knock down shots and create for themselves.
You need that, bro. You need versatility, man. So, salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Mikal Bridges to the Knicks in a blockbuster. If you guys are new in the chat, leave me a hashtag new. We'll shout you guys out. Big night, man. Absolutely big night. Gotti HRLM, $10 super chat says, the trade was absolutely an overpay, but I felt like they needed to add a considerable difference maker to the team and keep everyone, and they did that. Yeah. That's a good point, man. It's a good point. Cost of doing business, man. DJ Notorious, 2007, $5 super chat says, yeah, I know the saying, it ain't tricking if you got it. Knicks Worcester picks paid off. Salute to Leon Rose and that entire front office. Salute, man. Rico World Peace, franchise channel member, says, congrats on achieving a new viewership milestone. Well-deserved, man. Salute, man. Salute. Smooth Tito, he's Replay Gang. He says, great intro, CP. Just getting started. Okay. Let's see if we got anybody. Who else is new in here? Just type in hashtag new in the chat. We'll shout you guys out. We got to have some new people in here. We got thousands of people in here. So let's see who we got here. All right, nobody on repping team hashtag new tonight. Al. Okay. All right, maybe somebody will come forward later. All right, so let's get to.
Oh, there we go.
Who we got?
Kenny Gales?
No, Kenny's been in here, man. MRD Gaming salute. Keep the change. There we go. Duranimus Prime. Shout out to Duranimus Prime. He's a Transformers guy. Quentin Anderson, welcome to the show, man. Frank Low-C, welcome to the show. Trey A, here we go. John Al, Edwin Al is in here. Salute. Who else you got team hashtag new, man?
Jason Lee.
Okay.
I am Ruckus.
There we go.
Shout out to you guys.
Shout out to Wayne Matthew.
I'm trying to make sure. Who's that? I can't read that one. Holy cow.
Kenny Gales always tries
Oscar
to
Payne.
get us.
We got Oscar Payne, who's hashtag new.
Yeah, Kenny always tries to get us. He can't get us, man. He's a day one, man. Shout out to Kenny, though. Okay, we're loading them back up. We are loading them back up on the Discord, man. We got a ton of people in here. Let's go. Who we got? Okay, let's get to Jeff. Let's get to Jeff on the Discord. Unmute your mic, Jeff. Jeff, are you there?
Yo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Maximum Security Garden. It's lockdown.
Let's go.
It's lockdown for the rest of the league. I just have a couple of questions. This is like one of those situations where you have those friends who when they make a move, you don't ask questions. You just go and you figure it out later. This is kind of how I feel about this trade because I'm hearing Bridges went into into Signum's office and said, I want to go to New York. And they still gave up 5 picks. I heard you talking about bringing up that earlier, CP. And what up, CP? What up, Alex? Let me not be rude. I just threw me off, bro.
Salute, man. We all had a loss of words, man. Go ahead.
Kendrick brought the gangs together in L.A. for one night. The Knicks traded with the Nets. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Anything can be healed by the power of friendship. And don't ever tell me that your friends cannot peer pressure you to do whatever it is that is for the betterment of the squad.
Real talk.
Because boy, that man was under pressure on that podcast.
Yeah, no question.
I never seen Mikal Bridges commit a turnover like he did. They had him under pressure.
Bro, no question.
I'm hyped for him because he finally gets to play in New York for the first time in his career. Don't gotta move.
Yeah.
He actually gets to play in New York now. Now, why did they give up all those picks if they actually had leverage? That's a question to be asked later.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen with Hartenstein and the cap? That's a question to be asked later, but I'm not really pressing it because this is why you hired Brock Aller. This is why you had the capologist there to make something happen, to find the loose change in the couch and to figure it out. I do think more is coming. If they are gonna figure this out with the cap, I think there's other moves coming. But you said it right, man. Bridges probably should have been a Knick when he was drafted. They righted that
They
wrong.
righted the wrong,
and
man.
In this league now, you gotta have the tactical advantage of switchable positions. We've seen this throughout the entire playoffs, and we see it now. You correct me if I'm wrong, Alex and CP. Bridges was that prototypical 3-and-D wing for a minute until OG came through and kind of took his 3-and-D crown as the guy that you need that can lock down positions 1 through 5 and can hit a 3-point shot and complement your offensive players. Now they got 2 of them. It kind of sucks that the 2 of the other ones are in your division. I don't even know if we do divisions like that anymore at this point. It's a brave new world, y'all. It is a brave new world. And I know people are going to complain. I already heard the complaining about the picks and the cost. This is the cost of doing business. This is all a crapshoot. The draft is a crapshoot. Trades are a crapshoot. You're banking on being good from now until 2029 so that those picks don't really hit the way they would have if you stunk.
Right.
If this was 20 years ago, I'd be shook because I'm sure they would have got fleeced. Sure, they overpaid a lot. But if you got enough for the 5, why not the 6? Sometimes you got to put the money on the 6. You get the 2024 model and you don't get the 2023 because it costs 1 less draft pick or 2 less draft picks. This is what you got to do. We knew this was the summer. We knew this was the time to put the chips in the table. And I like what the Knicks did right now. And for anybody, and I'm going to keep it real. And CP, you tell me, Alex, you tell me if y'all feel like this. I thought if this was going to be the move, it would be for a bigger name. It would be for somebody who was that prince who was promised or a bigger star, because this is what we expected, right? Like, this is kind of that's probably the lingering feeling I have. But then again, I kind of felt the same when they signed Brunson, and look at the team now.
Mm-hmm.
So I trust in the team. I trust in the culture. This was a guy that Knicks fans kind of ruled out because we didn't think the Knicks and Nets were going to do business. Now they've done business, and business is about to boom. So I'd like to see what they do with the rest of the roster going forward. God help the league if they're able to bring everybody back and continue to upgrade. I think the Knicks are in the best position they were going to be going into the season to really compete. Capital C compete. Not just compete on paper. Capital C compete. Boston has done what they've done. We've seen the Mavericks boss up. We know what Minnesota's doing. We got fast-paced teams in the East. Everybody's making a come up. Now it's time for the Knicks to plant their flag and do what they got to do. So more to come, more analysis to be done. But I just became a father, and I had to hold myself back from saying F them kids. I'm hyped, bro. That's how you know I'm hyped. And look, if y'all feel like the Knicks got fleeced, that's why you wear warm clothes in the wintertime. So that you stay warm and you stay fly. And that's what we're doing right now. So you already know the vibes. Love to you, CP. Love to you, Alex. Get them likes up. Get the subscribers up. Get the super chats up. Because you know, CP got kids too. Alex got kids. We need them super chats up. Now more than ever, we need them super chats up. And if you're a sponsor and you're not tapped into KnicksFanTV now, the price just doubled after today. So get in before the price triples. You already know. Love y'all.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
talk to you soon.
All love, man. That's our guy, KFTV Jeff. Throw some fire emojis, man. Throw a 5 in the chat for our guy, Jeff. And to our sponsor, once again, man, go to manscaped.com. Use our code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Check out Manscaped's unbelievable men's products, men's shaving products, both above and below the waist. Our guys at Manscaped have you guys covered, no question about it. Al, the Discord is popping. We just got Jeff off the Discord. We got a lot of new members who just joined the Discord. So remember to click on the Discord link. You have 24/7 group chat. You have access to call us. And if you guys are franchise channel members, you can also skip the line and join us through the members lounge. Go ahead, Al.
Salute to Jeff, first and foremost, and salute to Jeff for becoming a father and joining the Fatherhood Club.
Exclusive club. Exclusive
club. Great club, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
But then Jeff also talked about with regards to Bridges, like, was this the move? Because he was right. When you think about the Knicks making that next move, you think about that name, right? You think about a Donovan Mitchell or someone of that caliber where it's a superstar coming through those doors, and then it really elevates the team not only in play, but just media wise, right? Because you know how the NBA is. You talk about TNT, whoever, NBC, whoever's going to be showing those games, they like to make sure they get all the names, the glitz and the glamour out there. But this move says more about fit than it does about star power. And I think when you look at what the Milwaukee Bucks did when they went out and got a star in Damian Lillard, and we saw how that ended for them, I think you got to be wary whenever you want your team to go out and just go get a name and not think about the fit on how that works for the team. And this is a better fit, in my opinion, than necessarily going out and getting somebody like a Spider, right? You have what we've been talking about this entire night, a 3-and-D guy, a guy who can create for himself, very good on the perimeter defensively, right? Switchability. That's what you're looking for in this league. Someone who cannot only take advantage of when someone switches onto them defensively, but vice versa. When they're on defense, it doesn't matter 1 through 3, they can guard them as well. And in today's day and age where you're playing second units where your 4 is not really a traditional 4, it's more somebody like OG or Bridges. So for that, I think OG fits. It's a better fit. And that's what the Knicks were going for. And sometimes you got to go with a fit over the name. Like, I didn't really think, like, would you say KP is like a household name when he went to Boston, or was like, oh, no, that's a really good fit?
No, but I thought when they got him that they were going to win the chip.
But you thought, okay, that's the fit that they need, right? Same thing with Drew.
I felt like KP was going to take them over the top. And he got them there. He wasn't healthy enough, really, to get them the chip, but they had enough. They were a great team.
Right. But that's how I feel about Bridges with the Knicks. It's, this puts them in position to go compete for a championship. And based on the fit, it works for this team. And I think that's how the league is shifting from, you can add a lot of star players, and we see how difficult it is. The Heatles was like the last time where you could actually see a big three work, where name power really took that team to get them 2 championships. Didn't really work in Brooklyn. Hasn't worked out for the Clippers. All right. LA, they're really relying on LeBron and AD, and they're trying to figure out that right fit, right? You could talk about the Lakers needing more shooters on that team.
Yeah.
It's fit for this team. And I like the fit for the Knicks with Bridges than going with that star. So I think, to Jeff's point, even though it's not something that we saw, happening, I think moving forward, it's like, what is the better fit for this team? And who knows, man? Who knows?
You got to take the risk, bro. Brunson put them in a position to be a contender in the East. The OG trade put them in a position to be a contender in the East. There's no more, at this stage in the game, there's no waiting on a draft pick to grow into the next Mikal or the next Kobe and take it to the. This is the team they're trying to build with. And with the second apron looming, you can't just sit around and wait for Giannis to finish up with the Bucks. You can't wait for this guy, the next guy. You had to make the move. You had to make a move because it's going to get harder to create that next big splash later. It's going to be harder to do later. I'm pulling up the graphic right now for my guy Bobby Marks. As of right now, they got $140 million committed in salary. The second apron is at $189.5. They haven't announced the OG amount yet. The Brunson amount is next. They're going to hit that mark, bro. And once they get there, you're not going to have the mid-level exception to use anymore. You're not going to be able to aggregate players in salary. There's other restrictions. It gets harder and harder to build to go out there and make that blockbuster trade in the future. So they did it now. They got several players in their prime. Two-way players now if you bring OG back. Shooting efficiency, if you consider OG, Brunson, DiVincenzo, Mikal Bridges, they're building a good team. They're building a good team. You got to take a risk, man. You can't just sit back and be like, oh, man, this is too much, this is too much, this is too much. Like, time is passing you by. You have to take a risk at some point. This was going to be the year. Me and Macri talked about it. So far, this regime has done a fantastic job of putting the roster together. Everything has come together for them. Their acquisitions have panned out for the most part. Yeah, some have been duds. It is what it is. No regime is going to be bat 1,000. But this was going to be the year where the next move is really going to determine the fate of this regime. Like, is really going to determine how good this regime is going to be. And this is it. We're going to grade this regime on this move and what it can mean for this team going into the future. And we're just going to have to wait and see. So far, I like it, but let's see how the rest of the roster shapes out.
Would you be willing to lock in, let's say you bring everybody back, CP. You willing to lock in this roster and go into the second apron?
Yes.
I think that's the confidence the Knicks have.
You have to. You have to have conviction. It's not going to come via the draft, bro. And you just don't know. Spider's at the Mets game today. I was a big Spider fan. I think Mikal's a better fit. I think Mikal's a better fit. I would have loved to have seen a Rolls-Royce backcourt with Spider and Brunson. I think Mikal's a better fit. Does he have the offensive pop of a Spider? No. But you may not need it. Number 30 is still going to be the key. And you never know. maybe is Julius's tenure here? Is Julius's future here locked and solid?
Well, he's now back with CAA CP, so that's all done.
Right? No, I get it, but I'm just saying. Who knows? If Julius is here by next week, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know, but I think that this regime. I get that's like it's a rhetorical question, but like this regime would want to see that roster compete. They would want to see what this team would look like with a healthy Julius.
For sure.
And you just got to lock it in. I mean, you keep talking about the second apron. I'm with you I would lock in this roster. Depth is the key for any postseason run. I mean, just go look at any team, man. Any team that goes the distance, you need to have health. And you see what happens when you lose just one player, your superstar. Do you even have enough to make it to the next round? The Knicks, because of depth, were able to get to the second round. All right. Unfortunately, they lost their second superstar. They then get just woefully injured with everything else from all players. They're just knocked out. But depth, man. Yeah. Depth and fit is so key in today's league. I really don't see this league going back to, these AAU teams with all these superstars. I mean, just look around the league, man. It's 2 stars for the most part on every team.
Absolutely.
And then it's a lot of good role players filling in. I think that's the way we're going to see this move out.
Boston is throwing out Tatum, Brown, Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White. I mean, how many people in the league have a 5th starter like Derek White, who was averaging double figures in the regular season and the playoffs? This is your competition, bro. So let's see. Tomorrow night's the draft. See what they do there. Do they get some more depth there? I think they could. I think one of these picks will be a 5 at this point. I'm just guessing here, but if they're considering that iHeart's a goner, you got to get center depth. Is the Goga Bictaze stuff a little bit realer now on a vet minimum? These things are all possibilities, man. Let's go to our guy Ian Begley, Al. Ian Begley from SNY gave his reaction to the Mikal Bridges trade and talked about what's next for the Knicks. Let's go to our guy Ian Begley. This is courtesy of SNY Knicks videos. Here we go.
How did this Knicks-Nets Mikal Bridges deal come together? Well, Bridges recently informed the Nets that he wanted to be a Knick, but Bridges has 2 years left on his contract, so the Nets didn't have to move Bridges anywhere, let alone across town to the Knicks. But Bridges was prepared to force his way to New York if the Nets wanted to trade him elsewhere. He was going to tell, his side was going to tell other teams that eventually he would be signing with the Knicks, so that would dissuade those teams from trading for Bridges. But in order for the Nets to do a deal now, the Knicks had to make Brooklyn an offer it couldn't refuse, and they did just that, sending 6 first-rounders, 1 second-rounder, and Bojan Bogdanovic over to Brooklyn for Mikal Bridges. I think the draft compensation is still being sorted out at this point, but Mikal Bridges will be a Knick, rejoining Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo. This deal, I'm told, does not preclude the Knicks from re-signing OG Anunoby. That is still a priority of theirs at this point to bring back Anunoby. He will get a big-time deal from the Knicks or another team, but the Knicks at this point remain feeling like they're in good position on Anunoby. But as Isaiah Hartenstein, Knicks can only offer Hartenstein a contract 4 years, $72 million, starting around $16 million. But Hartenstein is expected to get several suitors on the open market with big-time offers. And those offers, I'm told, are probably will make it difficult for the Knicks to retain Hartenstein. So if things continue to go apace, you can expect Hartenstein to sign elsewhere. Knicks will have to pivot then at the center position. So plenty of moving parts here, but we know Mikal Bridges will be a Knick, joining his Villanova mates, and this was a deal that the Knicks had always wanted to make, that he was always kind of near the top of their board, and the fact that they were able to pull it off, I'm sure they're very happy right now. But the Nets also have to be very happy with their haul. Just a bevy of picks, also getting their own picks back in a separate transaction. They are ready to hit the restart button and start from scratch with Jordi Fernandez at the helm.
Yeah, Nets did make a deal with the Rockets earlier after the Mikal Bridges deal was announced and got several of their picks back. But I think Ian may have answered the question as to the leverage question, right? The leverage and the price. If the Knicks did have the leverage, why did they pay so much? Well, it seems, according to Ian, that they wanted him right now. This was ultimately going to play into their favor, but they couldn't wait. And again, I think it's the whole second apron thing. You couldn't wait to make this deal, so they went out there and gave him a little extra to get it done now. Your thoughts, Al?
Yeah, I mean, also let's look at, we got draft night tomorrow. You got free agency right around the corner. You don't want to the Knicks essentially said, we want to get the deal done now because we don't want another team to think about any other opportunities. And because look, we saw what happened after Drew got traded from the Bucks to the Trailblazers, right? It was a domino effect of how he got to the Celtics. And I think for the Knicks right now, since not a lot of deals are being done, right? Obviously Caruso being dealt there and so forth, but not a lot of movement right now. Why not make the trade, go get the guy, and don't allow a chain reaction to happen where you actually even lose whatever leverage you have to another team that can either pay more or is, to the Nets, more enticing to move Bridges outside the division and potentially even outside of the conference because you don't want to do a deal with the Knicks. So for them, I think this is just more insurance saying from a business standpoint, we need to get him in-house now because we want to start off the offseason training with him here, but also we don't know what could happen with it throughout the rest of the league, and we don't want to take that chance either.
Good points. Good point. So I think we have our answers there. Star J Brunson on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, man. Rapid fire, buddy.
All right, what's up, man? How y'all feeling?
How you feeling, man? We got Mikal Bridges tonight, man.
I'm feeling wonderful, man. I'm feeling great. You know, my dad texted me. He's at work right now. He's like, yo,
nice.
Son. Like, I'm like, what's up, Dad? He's like, we got Mikal Bridges. I'm like, what? We got who? I'm like, he's like,
yeah.
Mikal Bridges. I'm like, what? No way. And I'm like, all right. So I'm hyped right now. You know, I'm feeling great.
Let's go.
Like, I feel like the Knicks are going to do great this 2024-2025 season. We got a great lineup coming up, like OG and Mikal.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great, defensive duo, and then that's pretty much all I got to say.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll let you get back to it. Sound like you hiding from moms, man. Like moms want to make you go to bed tonight, man. You sound kind of young, man.
I'm too hyper, man. I'm
yeah,
too
man.
hyper right
now. All right, man. We'll let you get back to it, man. A little young whippersnapper, man. Sound like
school's out.
School's
I'm staying
out
to watch KFTV.
Mom's like, yo, get your ass to bed. He's like, all right, Mama, I got to get this call in real quick. So that's a young Knicks fan in the building. Shout out to him, man. Hold on. Wait a second, man. We've got somebody new on the Discord. I think this could be a little rebrand. The name is Nova for Cody Glock. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Is this a rebrand or is this a supporter? Nova for Cody Glock.
Yeah, I'm in the place.
Yes. Is this Cody Glock? Is this an alias? What's going on, man?
Yeah, my new name is Nova for Cody Glock since we got the last piece of the Nova 4. Yo, it's 12:47, right? My daughter in the other room, I don't want to see her until tomorrow. So I'm going to be quiet as I could be and as rapid fire as I could be, During this little Manscaped thing I do, let's have a moment of silence for Ari's take. Yo, shout out Manscaped, man. I average 0 turnovers because of Manscaped, man.
Yeah.
Friction mixing, tabernacle.
Yeah.
Let me end it off right there, man. Yo, listen, man. I couldn't have made this trade happen in 2K. This was 10 out of 10 deal. We got all the members of Wu-Tang intact like it's 1995. It's stupid. Yo, listen, look, bust it. Look, Nova 4 is officially in the Garden next year.
Yeah.
10K plus in the chat. We speak in the language of gods right now.
Yeah.
Bust it. Look, I'm going crazy, but we need OG Anunoby more than ever right now. who's to say that part of the reason we went all in for Mikal Bridges like this is we know OG's going to walk. If I could have it my way, Mitchie, he's staying in the city, baby. Don't worry, Mitch La. You see, Mitch La? Let me tell you something.
Was that the biggest news for you? Was Mitch staying the biggest news for you?
Ultimately, approximately. Like, yo, Mitchie, let me tell you something about Mitchie, because Mitchie ain't no Mitchie. If you see Mitchie, let me tell you something. If OG and iHeart sign back, I don't know about iHeart, but if OG and iHeart sign back, our team's bench will be our Philly starting lineup. Most of them, at least. Our bench will be our playoff starters. Our team will be the team to beat, second to Boston, in my opinion. We will have the most complete team in the league. Being this is the scenario we're in, keeping my fingers crossed we get everybody back, we have no excuse next year not to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, we wanted Mikal Bridges. This is who we said we want, right?
Yeah.
So we got him. Leon Rose did it. They're giving the fan base and the players what they want.
Yeah.
We said we wanted this, and now we got it. So, yo, man, rapid fire, man. Shout out Nicky Pops, man. Shout out CP Free Throws, man. Shout out Alex. Shout out Chuck D. Hashtag P in the chat, man. Shout out Leon Rose, Rural Wild West. And last but not least, man, shout out Val Venus for the culture, man. A+ orange and blue sky. Shout out that kid that called before me. Shout out that kid. Maximum effort, maximum pain. Yo, I'm out, man. Peace to the gods, peace to the righteous gods. Ari, please. Out, man.
That was the legend that is Cody Glock. The Glockster has rebranded, ladies and gentlemen. He is now Nova for Cody Glock. And he mastered a 5-star call, all while preventing his little girl from waking up. It was a good job by Dad, man. Good job.
Yeah, ma.
Somebody said he dropped the Val Venus reference. Did he drop the Val Venus reference? Shout out to the Glockster, man. Shout out to the Glockster, man.
Rebrand.
It's the rebrand.
It is.
It's the rebrand.
Wow.
Off-season
What a time
rebrand.
to be alive.
What a time. What a time. The Glockster has rebranded himself, ladies and gentlemen. Throw some fives in the chat for the Glockster, man. Okay. Shout out to Cynthia. $20 super chat says, you don't need to go for a megastar. If you make small moves that keep the culture and fit, it can take you far. The Nova gang are close, and they have won together. Yes, it was college, but chemistry is everything. Let's go. Still think Julius has a lot to say in this one, man. He's going to have a lot to say in this. Still think so.
You mean like performance-wise?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Okay.
Because you do need stars in the end.
Yes.
You do need stars to make things happen in the end. Whether it's getting you stops or playmaking, everybody wanted to load up on Jason Tatum for his performance in the finals. I looked at it a little bit differently. I saw a guy who was commanding double teams, who was playmaking out of double teams and making his team better. It wasn't necessarily on the shots and on the scoring efficiency. In Game 6, though, he did show you what's up. He did show you what was going on. So you need that. You still need that. A guy that can bend the defense. Brunson can do that. Julius should be the other guy. Mikal Bridges has a little bit of that in his bag, too. And so does OG. So, this is a strong team, man. It's a strong team. They've got size. They've got wingspan. They've just got to bring it all together. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. And then, hey, maybe in the draft, maybe it's a Terrence Shannon Jr., and maybe they go out there and get a bucket. Like, who knows? They can go out there and get anything. Maybe it's a Missy and a Shannon Jr. Now you don't have to take a chance on a Dunn who could be a potential construction worker. We got to get out of the construction business, out of the construction business.
We're out of that direction with all the shooters that we got now.
Exactly. We need shooters, man. This is a shooter's house. A shooter's team. This is what we need, man. So there you go. Somebody in the chat said we got to get Jay Wright a KnicksFanTV hat. So
do the Knicks get Jay Wright in the building in some sort of way in the front office?
Oh, I mean,
as a coach, what's the next step?
You know,
what's the next step over here?
In year 3 of this experiment, when they're on like a 5-game losing streak and we're sour on Tibbs, that name will pop up again. It'll pop up again. Okay. Give it the next 5-game losing streak. You'll start hearing that. You know.
Hey man, anything's possible. I mean, we have JJ Redick coaching the LA Lakers, so you know.
Yeah. JJ's with the Lakers, man. He went into the press conference. He's dropping F-bombs and whatnot. So, all right. No family show for you, but hey, good luck.
He's got a lot to prove.
Yeah, you coaching the Lakers, buddy. Like,
how's that podcast going to work out with him and LeBron? Is it going to be before practice, after practice, halftime, after games, before games? What's happening over there?
Laker Nation ain't having that. That thing is canceled.
Canceled.
You know, it's a good thing he signed RJ and Channing Frye. Maybe they take it over. They got Nikias and Steve Jones, and we're gonna be doing stuff. Me, Nikias, and Steve Jones got some stuff going on at Summer League as well, man. So we'll put that out.
Nice.
Put that out on the channel. So that's gonna be his production company. But he ain't potting no more. Laker Nation ain't having it. They'll run you out of town. They already don't like LeBron like that. So they better go easy on that and see if they could, regain form. But that's going to end pretty badly. Marlon Small, $10 Super Chats has just landed in New York to multiple messages. How is this possible? Marlon, welcome back. Glad you got back safely. Hit the rewind button and salute to the replay gang. But, yeah, Mikal Bridges to the New York Knicks. The improbable has just become real. The impossible has just become real. And I knew something had to come through for me, man. I was at the Subway Series game. Yankees was just getting drilled. I was like, something's got to break through for me, man. This is not the way my night is supposed to end.
Can't have the Knicks chick watching her team win and my team lose.
Yeah. And then, Judge hits the grand slam, which was fantastic. And then right on the money. Then you guys call me, right? Yeah. Then JD called me. I'm like, so when you called me, I'm like, wait a second, what is going on here? You know what I'm saying? I was like, you couldn't be calling me, asking me if I saw this Judge Grand Slam. Like, that wasn't big news. Something had to be going down for you to call me, and just like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, I've been in hiatus. I've been watching. I've been watching weeklies. Been doing my own thing. Been hibernating for a little bit. So,
man. Unbelievable, man.
But it'd be nice sometimes, CP, if you I see I had to call you. That way I got back on the show. It's nice if you would just reach out to me, see how I was doing. Maybe just send even a carrier pigeon once in a while. That's what you used to do back in the day, right? Send carrier pigeons to all your friends.
Listen, man, we've been cooking. The lunchtime live stream's been cooking. We got draft night tomorrow night. Well, we'll be back for draft night. We'll definitely back for draft night. And then
don't forget about me, CP. Don't forget about me.
Well, listen, I'm expecting Mr. Vegas to appear for Summer League to make another debut. So I figured you were resting up to get back to it, man.
Yeah, and making sure I get permission.
That is true. I'll let you handle that, bro. I won't go with that. But shout out to Mr. Vegas either way, man. Shout out to him. All right, let me load up a couple more in the Discord, and then we will wrap up, man. Mikal Bridges to the Knicks at a blockbuster. CP and Alex on the ones and twos in here. We got JD Worldwide Wob coming through tomorrow to keep this going. So yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. All right, Carlo, let's go to the Philippines, man. Carlo, you up next, man. Carlo, going once.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You live and direct. How you doing, bro?
I told you so, man.
Yeah.
I called it 2 days ago. Remember?
Yeah.
Except for the Raptors trade. But finally, it's a pipe dream that came true. We missed out on the Jordans, the Zions, the KDs, but we finally got what we want. So yeah, I'm happy, very happy, contento in this trade. The priority now is to trade. Not trade, but to re-sign OG and hopefully I hard. But If if I Heart doesn't get the bag, I'm still content with the current lineup. Since have you seen OG defend Embiid? He could be the 5 for all we know. So anyway, rapid fire. I'm just happy right now. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Continue to rep, man. Carlo checking in from the Philippines. Salute to all of our international viewers, man. Everybody who's up with us right now. To our friends across the pond who are just now waking up to the news. Mikal Bridges is a New York Knick, man. Free sauce on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Good night. Good night.
What's good, man? What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hey, man. It's Free Sauce from the Bronx, man. How y'all doing tonight?
Good, man. How you feeling?
I'm great, bro. I'm great, man. Just rapid fire. Appreciate y'all for even coming through with the emergency show, man. Really grateful for that. We got Bridges. God is good. Got a lot of people saying that, we gave up a lot too much for the trade, but at this point, you put Brunson around whoever he wants to be around. That is the key. If Brunson said he wants to be around Bridges, say he won the championship with Villanova, you bring Bridges, and that's what the front office did. So I'm happy for that move.
Mm-hmm.
And I just really see the Knicks going, 64-18 next year and this season, man. That's how I'm feeling, 64-18.
Okay. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. A lot has to go right. Let's see how the rest of the rotation shapes up. But anything is possible, sir. Anything is possible. A couple more on the Discord before we wrap. Salute to everybody who's been joining the Discord, man. We got 30 new Discord members in the last hour. So continue to hit that Discord link. Like I said, there's a lot of perks in there for you guys. 24/7 group chat so you can keep the conversation flowing. It also allows you to call us on the show in HD quality. This is why we go to the Discord first. And also, if you are a franchise channel member on YouTube, you can connect your account to the Discord, and then you will have access to the Members Lounge. That is where you can skip the line and jump on and get guaranteed access to call in. That is where it is. I know we have a lot of people on the phone lines. We're not going to be able to get to everybody tonight, but we will have another show tomorrow where you guys can get your calls in, especially those of you on the phone. So you will have to check us on the Lunchtime Live. Streaky on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Streaky, going once?
Yo, my bad, CP.
No problem.
What up, bro? So, dude, I just feel like I just ran like a 50-mile race, man. Like, I can't believe we got Bridges. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know, like, why half the callers aren't, like, raising up their...
Yeah. You still there? Did we lose him? He was asking why the callers haven't been raising anything and then we lost his connection. All right, so Streaky, we'll let you go and you call back and get back to us. Nicasio, go ahead and unmute your mic. Nicasio going once. All right. Nicasio is out of there. Neely Bucks, go ahead and unmute your mic.
What's up, CP? How you doing, man?
Good, man. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Neely Bucks. I'm calling in from Brooklyn.
Let's go. How you feeling, man?
Dude, this is a win now move right here. It's gonna be interesting. This draft right now is like perfect time to make this trade. This trade sets the market for the rest of the free agency, rest of the offseason. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen. This is big news, man. Our lineup is gonna be crazy with these wings and these two-way players, and I'm just excited to see what's gonna happen this season. That's all, man. Have a good night.
Needed wings, needed wing depth, and if you're able to lock up OG with Mikal Bridges, you got two of the best wing defenders in the game, man. I mean, Leon is not playing around. He knows what we need right now to get it done. I mean, the Pacers, you got Halliburton, you got Siakam. With Philly, you're gonna have Maxey. Maybe you have Paul George. You're gonna have Embiid. Guys are gonna be retooling. The Bucks, you have Middleton, Giannis, you have Dame. You got to defend, man. You have to defend, and especially if you're gonna have Brunson out there, who teams are gonna be targeting. Because make no mistake, they are. You can't. You have to be able to shore him up. You have to be able to support him. And it's nothing against Ragu. Ragu's a great offensive threat, but he can come off the bench. We need guys who's going to set the tone defensively, and make it tough on guys. And so, look, Leon and these guys, they've been patient. They know what they want, and they're going out there and they're getting it. So let's just see how this whole thing plays out, man. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal. Chuck D has made it into the chat. We were on the group chat just a little bit ago, man. You know, obviously he wants to be here. He's in here now. So shout out to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D, for jumping in here. Let's see what else we have. Okay, do we want to hear? Let's see what Woj has to say on the trade, see if there's anything new here. Because Woj, who is, a friend of the program when it comes to Leon Rose and CAA. Let's see what he says. This is a 5-minute clip. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but let's play a little bit of this Woj clip here, see if we get anything new from his SportsCenter clip. Here it is.
Mikal Bridges, and they have been gathering up draft assets for years to get into the position to overwhelm somebody with an offer for a player they very much wanted. They didn't do it with Donovan Mitchell 2 years ago, but they did it today for Mikal Bridges. And what the Knicks are doing is trying to load up on big-time two-way wing players to take on the NBA champion Boston Celtics in the East. They get one with Mikal Bridges, and now they'll try to re-sign OG Anunoby, to bring back against the Celtics next year a group that can certainly score and, more importantly, guard that team. But there were other teams who wanted to get at Mikal Bridges. He has been a coveted asset around the league, just one of the really unique, versatile player who just fits anywhere. And now the four Villanova players are back together, 2 national championships
90
at
seconds.
Villanova, and now they'll try to win a championship in New York.
So you mentioned Anunoby. He's a free agent. So is Isaiah Hartenstein. What does this mean for him?
Listen, the Knicks are going to be aggressive in keeping OG Anunoby. It's going to be much more difficult, though, now for them to be able to pay and keep Isaiah Hartenstein. They have Mitchell Robinson on their roster, but the marketplace and what's available to Hartenstein out there may beat the Knicks, but certainly they want to bring back OG Anunoby and certainly have the opportunity to do that. But landing Mikal Bridges, in a league where he was, again, coveted in both the Eastern and Western Conference, significant. And if you're the Knicks and you're trying to do a trade with the Nets, you're probably not winning a tiebreaker. You had to overwhelm the others who were pursuing them, and Leon Rose and the Knicks did that tonight. 4 unprotected first-round picks, a pick that they have from Milwaukee in 2025, pick swap, a second round. They paid a steep price to Brooklyn for Mikal Bridges.
So now what's the thinking in Brooklyn now that they have all?
All right, no one cares. Okay, so, is there a Nets fan out here watching SportsCenter at 12:30 midnight wondering what's going on with the state of the franchise?
Evan Roberts, what are you doing right now?
Maybe just Evan the Snake
That is
Roberts.
who you need to bring on the show, CP. You need to bring Evan Roberts back on the show and ask him questions.
Yeah, we need to talk about it. But, the iHeart thing is really what I want to close with, because this could be the end of an era. As Woj just said, it's not going to be likely that they're going to be able to keep iHeart. The most they can pay him is that $16 million, and that's what he's earned, right? Last year he made $9 million. He was the de facto starting center for the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have more offers out there. Could be OKC, maybe it's Orlando. You had San Antonio. You had other teams. Detroit has a bevy of cap space. Who's going there? So now iHeart, it's looking like he's going to go from having that stability and the chemistry with the guys, just going out there, just going to get paid, man, at somewhere. Hopefully it's OKC where he can compete for something. But for iHeart, it looks like he's just going to go get the bag and, just take the bag and be rewarded for a great season. He was great for us, man.
Yeah. And look, if it is OKC, it makes sense. They can pay him, a good team. I mean, they made it to the second round in the Western Conference. So, and they're a young team, so they're going in the right direction. But I think the one thing I don't know about iHeart, and this is where, because you listen to him on the roommate show, you just read, you hear him talk, it just seems like he could be that type of guy that's okay with taking less and staying part of a winning culture. But look, it's very hard to turn up a lot of money when you've earned that money and go get to play for a good team like the Thunder, a suitor like them. So I'm still like, part of me still holding out hope, man, because he seems like he's that type of guy, but we'll see once free agency starts where he lands. I wouldn't be surprised either way if he takes less days with the Knicks, just because this is a team that, where Tibbs has empowered him. He's really earned that right to be a starting center too. So I wouldn't be surprised if he left and went with a new team either.
Yeah, I mean, selfishly, I'd love to see him here with this team. And
for sure. Why wouldn't you? He excelled, man, especially in that starting rotation.
Yeah, he was fantastic, man. But look, he earned the raise, and your future's never guaranteed in the NBA, man. A guy like this, how many more years does he have left? And then once you're done and you're in your 40s and stuff, then your real life starts. So you got to get that financial security for yourself and your family. He just had a baby as well. He's building his family out. So I think ultimately he will go on to greener pastures, get the payday, and be rewarded for his development and his improvement over the stretch of his career. He started off as a journeyman and became a valuable piece to this Knicks team. So we'll see what happens with iHeart. It's not over by any stretch, but when you make these type of blockbuster moves, like I say, everybody can't come along for the ride. So iHeart could be the next casualty here as the Knicks bring on Mikal Bridges, man. As the Knicks bring on Mikal Bridges. Okay. All right, so let's get to the Super Chats here, man, and wrap up. We had a great show. Still rocking, man. We hit our franchise record here at KnicksFanTV at over 10,000 viewers, which was absolutely fantastic. So let me make sure that I am getting to everyone here that donated, that supported. And we appreciate that support. Shout out to Jay Bennett, all our franchise channel members, man. Jay Bennett, Christian B says, first OG, now Bridges. CP, if you tell Leon he can't get a trade done, that it's impossible, he will go out there and get it done just to prove us all wrong. Hey, I'm happy about that. Yep, go ahead.
Does the Leon sleeping meme now retire?
Long gone. Long gone. People forgot about that, You just got to have patience, man. We got to have more patience, and it's paying off right now. Robin Chowdhury, Russell Whiskey, Rare Edition, franchise channel members. Rare Edition says the blockbuster. Let's go. The improbable is done. Let's go. Knicks. Knicks and Dimes, franchise channel members, says all Infinity Stones collected. Let's go. The 50th Burger. Let's go. Knicks. Franchise channel members says we're coming for the chip, guys. Shout out to Mando, Manscaped, Underdog. Let's go. Salute, man. Shout out to our guys at Mando as well. Go to shopmando.com. Use our code KFTV for $5 off the starter pack. Whole body deodorant. E-Man6, franchise channel member. Salute. Got you open. Gifted a franchise channel membership. Shout out to Above the Rim. JR $5 super chat says, I'm a happy camper. Let's go. Joseph or Soto, franchise channel member, says, go New York. Let's. Yes, the family is complete. Ty Vales says, what do you think we do with our 2 picks this year? Right, what's coming up tomorrow? We'll be live for our draft show tomorrow. I think it could be a 5 and certainly best play available, or maybe they trade up. Let's wait and see what the Knicks do. But they will have 3 picks tomorrow. Let's see if they use them. Shout out to OK Bert, $5 super chat. Al says NBA windows open up as fast as they get shut. Knicks window open up this year, and it was time to get busy. I agree with him. Ryan, $5 super chat says, why would OG sign anywhere else? Hey, let's see, man. It's a business at the end of the day. Shout out to Ignacio Lobregat. Says this move is going to make the next few weeks interesting. Got to think Leon's got a few things planned. Apart from OG's deal, what's next on the to-do list? Hey, let's start with the draft tomorrow night. Let's see what happens, man. Son from Brooklyn, $25 super chat says, peace of CP, Alex, and the KFTV crew. I'm psyched. Leon Rose is a genius. Let's re-sign OG. Christian B, $5 super chat says, could the Brunson talk about him taking a pay cut be part of this? Interesting. Interesting. Gotta be legend.
If Brunson takes a pay cut, I know that's circled around this offseason and maybe even prior. If he does that,
Yeah.
Build the statue. Just go ahead. Build the statue. Get the permitting rights. Just go out there, put a statue in front of Madison Square Garden right now.
Yeah. Gotta be legend says, this is it, boys. Now or never. Let's go. Go New York. Go New York. Go. League on notice starting now. Ryan says, what Leon Rose did in 4 years, other Knicks GM haven't done in 30 years. He's Tony Stark making suits in caves. Pomani UFG says, is it safe to say this is the best front office in the league right now? I never thought we could get a play like Bridges for Bogey. We paid the pricks to get him, but, hey, they've done a great job. Rico World Peace says, congrats on achieving the new milestone record. Well-deserved. Thank you, Rico. Noah Rosado says, it's over with the Knicks. Knicks are winning it all. I can't believe it. It's the final piece. Shout out to Do Things. Let's go. I love y'all. Can't wait to go to the games with KFTV next season. Shout out to Underdog. They had the news first. Salute. Did they? Did Underdog drop the news first? That's funny. That is funny. But, hey, sign of the time. Shout out to our guys at Underdog for sure. All right, who else we got here in the Super Chats? Will be appreciated. We got Gotta Be Legend again. Says this is a team we've dreamt of. This is it, boys. There's no turning back. Let's go, Knicks. Mark from the 915 says, if you look at the roster from when Leon Rose took over to now, it's been surgical, the moves he's made. Absolutely agree, man. $5 Super Chat from Mark from 915. You spot on. Spot on. Shout out to Will N. $5 Super Chat says, a fully healthy Knicks team would have won the chip, honestly. Montel Urbina, $5 Super Chat, a franchise channel member. Salute. Shout out to Hospi. Shout out to Omen, $5 Super Chat says, Knicks took the brotherhood route over the super team route. iHeart and OG will be back. Will be more blessings. Salute on breaking 9K, fellas. Salute, man. Shout out to Quan Bosick, $10 Super Chat says, let's go. Brian Rodriguez, franchise channel member. Salute. Lou Boogie says, let's trade Mitch for his 9th pick and draft Eddie, Dunn, Kohler, and some dude to start in France. We have the mob. Salute. Mr. Benzerga, $5 Super Chat says, all I'm going to say is the pain and suffering of Eddie Curry, Fry, Richardson, Zach Randolph days. This feels amazing. Let's go, CP. Hashtag Manscaped. Feels great. Feels great, man. This team is they're clicking on all cylinders right now. Let's go to Mr. Q. Says Brunson, Bridges, OG, Randall, Mitch, Deuce, DiVincenzo, Hart, Precious, Hartenstein, New York versus the world. Shifty Lee, $20 Super Chat. Appreciate it. Rangers Central, welcome to the franchise channel members. Danny Thomas got that. Young Bo Easy, $5 Super Chat says, we've never seen Tibbs play 8 to 9 people solid minutes. Why now? This is the only thing that scares me if we get OG back, because Hart 1,000 needs minutes too. Tibbs will figure it out, man. They'll be fine with the minutes. Keno, $5 Super Chat says, elite perimeter defense virtually the entire game. Staggering OG and Mikal. It's going to be interesting, man. King Matthews, salute. Larry Medina, shout out my guy Larry on the West Coast, $10 Super Chat says, love the fact that we have the length to compete with Boston's bigs and young core. Sign OG, he does the dirty work, and Randall coming back is mind-blowing. Shout out Miami Canine Training. Welcome to the franchise channel members. Camp 2G, appreciate it. RDD, $20 Super Chat says, so does this mean they won't trade for Karl Anthony Towns? Is this a better fit than Murray? I don't think they trade for either one of those guys at this point. That ship has sailed.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, the Towns thing has been over. Good. Corso, salute to Corso. $10 Super Chat. He says, I said ball defender. I mean ball handler to run the offense. I think they bring over Rokas. Our remaining first in the draft tomorrow, plus a second, gets us ahead of Phoenix if we want to get Kolek. Okay. Camp 2G, $10 Super Chat says, bench is the playoff team. Let's go. Dr. D. Roy Bramwell says, Coach Jay Wright is a real winner here. Let's go. Corey Williams, $5 Super Chat says, you sure Ari isn't Berman in the skies? DL212, franchise channel member says, Ari has a point, but we knew there was going to be a tax for an intercity trade. If we win it all, family show those picks, but if not, I don't know. Point 5 says, I need a ring, not a draft pick. OG's a lock. Who's his agent? Oh, CAA. Shout out Kenny Gale. Steelers, Knicks fan, 757. Says, I say bump those picks. You can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Let the front office cook. That was a little bar right there. That was a little free. That was a little bar. I might use that in my next freestyle.
Yeah. When's that channel starting? So you got CP's Cooking with CP, the franchise. And when's this one? CP and what? What's
Maybe,
this one?
Yeah,
Dropping the mixtape soon?
Yeah, I started a battle rap channel, man. I started battle rap
channel. Okay.
Shout out to Johnson Focht, $5 super chat. DJ Notorious 2007 $5 super chat says, y'all know the saying, it ain't tricking if you got it. Knicks war chest paid off. Okay, got that one. I got that as well. Lou Boogie salute. Trevon Cash $5 super chat says, what about the draft picks 5 years from now? Said no one in the garden when we win the chip. It's going at Ari. Forrest Sanders $5 super chat. MRD Gaming $5 super chat has been watching for a minute. Always thought I was subscribed. Better late than never. Love the channel. Knicks all day. Keep doing your thing, brother. Yeah, man. Subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you guys are doing that. Also, I got more super chats to read. Some of you guys have been concerned that you're not getting notifications when we do go live. Make sure that you are signed up for the mailing list. Email is the surest way for you to know when we are going live because we put those announcements out there, like especially during the season. If we got big shows planned or big shows coming up that day or post-game recaps, make sure you sign up for the newsletter and for the mailing list. That way you'll never miss a show that's going to go straight to your email. YouTube, sometimes they want to take back the engagement and make sure that, we're not getting all of our subscribers notifications because then they wouldn't make money off of advertising. So it's that type of game. So make sure that's why we got to do the workaround and you guys join the mailing list to make sure that you guys stay up to date, news and shows, all of that, announcements. Okay. Who else? Forrest Sanders says, re-signed OG. I'll have no clue what kind of monster Randall is about to become with this spacing. Career high on threes for OG and Mikal. Let's go. God, he says, we about to have 3 legitimate Defensive Player of the Year candidates if we keep everyone and stay healthy. Let's go, Knicks. Young Kobe, how's that overpay for JB going? Brunson has elevated this team to relevance. Every player has elevated their play under Tibbs. Worth the overpay, Ari. Our guy Ty Morris says, are you not entertained? Mikal is a Knick. Anything is possible now. We are now in the end game. You like the fruit? How about them apples? The run it back crew has left the building. Shout out to our guy Ty Morris, man. That's a bar.
Anything is possible. How about the new one, CP? We did it. We did it.
I said, yeah, that one ain't going to hit. That was not going to hit for Tatum, but he tried it.
He tried 4 times with between Steph, Kanye,
he did.
Kobe.
He did, man.
KG, good God, man. Can we be original?
Unbelievable, man. Shout out K. Marco. Al says, we're going to the chip this year. Bridges would be an overpay for anyone but the Knicks. Now, hear me out, guys. What if we don't pay OG $40 a year? Instead, go steal Derek White for $30 a year and be able to keep iHeart? Yeah, I don't see them doing that. They got to keep OG. They're going to keep him. I think they will get something done with OG, man. Let's see. Chuck D, Rhyme Animal Chuck D, $20 super chat, says the full band is in effect. Take care of business. Run that beat back. Let's go. Xander, Australian, $20 super chat, says, first, we still have 2025 Wizards protected in 2030. First we traded to Nets is $25, 26, 27, 29, 31. The last 2 may hurt, but if we re-sign OG and somehow retain iHeart, this is worth it. It's a win now play. I agree. Good, well said, Xander. Jamaica Queens 22 says, I'm on massive copium. JB takes a pay cut, freeing up more money for OG and iHeart. Rokas comes over to be our second unit PG, and Mitch will remain a Knick. Hey, I would love to see it. Dorian D says, draft Ryan Dunn and a stretch 5. Let's go. Bomani UFG says, this was a great move, but more than anything, this was a message to Brunson that the front office has full belief in him and are giving him the tools to win. Hashtag Nova Knicks, hashtag Novacore, hashtag Beat Boston. Great comment. I agree with that. Last Lap Podcast says, now do we go out and get a good power forward to back up Julius so we can go 10 deep? Anything's possible, man. Let's start with the draft tomorrow night. Marlon Small, $10 super chat says, got that one. Camp 2G says Bridges and OG equals Pippen and the Claw on defense. Shout out to Haiku Homie. $5 Super Chat says it's hump day, fellas, and my missus wants kisses, but I was itching to watch CP and Alex talk about Bridges. Now she's mad at me, and I'm washing the dishes. That's a ball right there from the Haiku Homie. Never misses. Never misses.
Never misses.
Never misses. Shout out to the Haiku Homie. And shout out to Ric Flair. He says Leon is not finished. KnicksFanTV for life, man. Shout out my guy Kyle Medlin in the chat. Money salute, man. He was in here with us for the whole show. Salute to everybody. This was a monumental show, monumental evening. Unbelievable blockbuster show. Ups and Browns says, CP, are you doing a draft show? Absolutely. What the hell else will we be doing, man? Number one show for the fans by the fans. Is always on and popping when it comes to the Knicks. Tomorrow, we're going to start at 1:30. JD will be on. Worldwide Wob will be on. We're going to recap, get their reaction to it. For the people who couldn't get their takes in on the phones, call back tomorrow during the 1:30 hour. We'll get as much of you in. And then tomorrow night, draft day, we'll be back on, say about 8:30. We'll wait for, the early stuff to get out of the way, the pregame coverage. We'll start right when the draft starts, and we'll get right to it, man. Round one. And we'll see where the Knicks land, man. Remember that the show's available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. Shout out to the Replay Gang. Salute to our sponsors. Support our sponsors. Manscaped.com. Promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Shout out to everybody who's donating to the Cash App as well. James Baker Jr., appreciate your support. And we out of here, man. Incredible show. CP Alex, we out of here. 10,000 viewers. We out of here, man. Appreciate the support, man. Peace.